Freedom, I never had the chance to run. Leave behind the said and done. Figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe, and I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. Not to go out of my mind. And all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again.
as it seems, time dilation is a law of nature.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport here for your weekly roundup of GT3s. It's Pro-Am time. It's an evening race, which is pretty much a night race, to be fair, because it's the autumn time and the evening is coming a lot quicker than normal. But the temperatures will be a bit better than what they would normally for a night race here at Sakitto, the famous Suzuka circuit. And what an evening to be here. What a time to be in Japan. I'm Matthew Duffin in the commentary box with Dan Davis, aka Unorthodox. And as he's named us today, we're not sweet and sticky, we're sweet and sexy. And I'll let you decide which is which. Evening, Dan.
Evening, Matt. It's great to be back after a week off. Having a little trip to the hospital, but we're back. And sweet and sexy, well, who's clearly sexy? It's got to be Matt, hasn't it?
we'll let the viewers decide, Dan. We'll let the viewers decide. But it's great to have you back. I'm glad you're feeling a bit better as well. Well done last week at Zolder for that courageous effort that you put in. But we're here for what's going to be an action-packed evening, Dan. You posted a video on the Facebook and the Discord group earlier today regarding the pit lane entrance. There's a few talking points about this circuit. Is look at the Ferris wheel. Doesn't it look beautiful lit up in the nighttime sky? But what are we expecting tonight?
That Ferris wheel almost looked as beautiful as the inside of my stomach. I'm doing. Thanks for obviously the welcome back, and thank you to everyone else who's appreciated that I'm back. It was a week from hell, obviously, with being in hospital, not able to commentate last week. It was a big shame, and thanks to Liam for stepping in. But yeah, it's nice to be back. Nice to be here at Sakitto, also known as Suzuka to everyone else. A beautiful circuit, as you say, an evening race, a night race. Well, evening going in tonight. And one of the most famous circuits that we ever come to. I haven't done any research over here, but we all know Suzuka. It's been held many titles. It's held many eventful races. But the slight difference here is a lot of it is different and changed. You don't drive the majority of the circuit. And like I said, Matt, and you said, I had to post a video out just so everyone could understand the pit entry. And if the guys are listening and watching the stream as they're driving, please, in this practice session, practice the pit entry, because it is one of the more difficult pit entries that we will ever come to.
Oh, it really is. It really is one of the hardest pit entries we'll see this season. Good evening to Smithy in the chat. Evening, everyone. Hope you're all well and good. N-Dubs is back, he says. Massive shout out to Smithy. Congratulations on last week. Still buzzing. Evening to Fury. Ian Thompson as well is with us. Audio Sport, our lovely sponsor. Go and check them out on Facebook as well. That'll be Kelly. Kelly not with us tonight. Evening, all good luck, lads. And Fury's granddad. Evening, all should be sweet and sticky, sweet and sexy, but you've got to decide on who the sexy is.
I think Fury's granddad's got a better one, sweet and sticky.
Sweet Sicky. Yeah. You can be the Sicky.
Definitely.
Yeah, we all know this famous track. Like you said, it's done a lot of title races in the past, even in Sooty in the chat as well. It is gave us quite the title battles, none more famous than Damien Hill and Murray Walker, where he said, I've got to stop because I've got a lump in my throat.
I personally wouldn't have said that's the most famous one, but
in terms of the commentary lines, I'd say.
I don't know. Senna and Prost going into turn one, and it's happened immediately. That's one that is a
good one. Yeah, that is a good one. That's another famous one.
Fernando Alonso with the massive big kahunas going around the outside of Schumacher into 130R. That's another.
Or also, there's no Acuras out there tonight, so they won't be coming on the team radio shouting out a Fernando-esque GP2 engine as they come down the main straight, getting overtaken by everybody here. Alonso, you've got to love him. We've got a tricky track tonight, tricky conditions out there. Well, I say tricky, cloudy, that's about it. Nicky, DJ Phil, Dean Wasocki, Ukbar, Smokey Devil are all on double points. Ukbar and Smokey had opted to take double points here already. Nicky, DJ Phil and Dean Wasocki have got to mandatory take them. This is the last week of double points going into the finale, into the final 2 rounds, the penultimate round next week at Fuji. We stay in Japan and we go to Fuji. So 5 drivers on double points tonight. Dan, a difficult track for these boys. We know Nicky was going to take them last week, but family circumstances meant he chose to opt out. For the people like Dean and DJ Phil who haven't chose to take them all season and have opted to just do it now, what's that going to do for them in the Mercedes-Benz?
For anyone who is running a Mercedes-Benz, unless they've done proper heavy testing and really have got their car tweaked to dialed here, it's going to be a difficult round. I honestly think the Mercedes is going to struggle in the first half of the sector, but the last half, we do a bit of testing the other night with myself and Peaceful. Obviously Peaceful running the Mercedes and I'm running the Porsche. It seems that he seems to be a lot quicker in the final sector, where it's all pretty much flat out. Yeah. So there is an area for the Mercedes to benefit, but it needs to be able to be planted everywhere else for it to work. And another thing, the beauty thing about being here in Suzuka, we are in one of the rare circuits in the world that's a figure of 8. So you obviously don't just run clockwise, you run anti-clockwise. So tyre wear and tyre pressures always stay relatively even. So no matter which way you run, the car will be balanced. It's just nailing the first sector, really. It's
one of them tracks, isn't it, where it doesn't matter. The tyre pressures aren't the key factor on the setup this week, because, like you say, they stay pretty balanced, as we say, even into X-Mart and to that Bozzy boy. Thank you for last week, Liam, for helping in. You racing tomorrow night, Sooty, says Fury. But you're right, the tyre pressures kind of aren't the major thing on the setup here. You need a good balanced car for that first sector, but something that's quite quick in the final sector to make sure that you can get as good a lap in as possible. As Stokesloff left, he's just got back in the session as there's 13 minutes left of practice. Oh, he's left again. Is he having a few internet problems tonight, I wonder? But it's Smokey Devil from... Sorry.
If he is listening, best thing to do is probably do an internet test before he comes in. Yeah. But just while we got a minute before you do all the standings, I just want to do a lap with Don't Know Mate as he runs a little bit wide, but as well Shidell piles his way through. But this is Sakitto, slightly different obviously by the looks of things. Obviously Suzuka, as we all well known it. You come down the main straight and then brake just for the 50-meter board and turn into turn 1, and then allow the car to run out into turn 2 and try and get into the apex as best as you possibly can. And normally in Suzuka you would turn left, but here at Sakitto you turn right instead. So instead there's a different way around, so you turn right, and it's not as up a hill as the game would make it on Suzuka. So you have to be quite patient here, as you see there, Welshie drops it and it's really difficult to get it done there, as Don't Know Mate also goes round as well, and I'm pretty sure, will he keep going? Yes, good lad, he's still going. So that's the tricky S's, the center S's. I don't know if it's called that in Suzuka. I'm pretty sure it is.
Is it?
I'm not 100% sure, but we go into the Degnas, Degna 1 and Degna 2. Quick first one and then a really slow second one. Very easy to run wide and touch the outside curb before you hit the second one, as Don't Know Mate moves out of the way to allow Maze Gamer through. Normally this would be the hairpin, but instead you have a quick left-hander instead. So the left-hander can be very unsettling in the cars, and in other categories, I know the Clio goes very light there, and it's very difficult to keep that in a straight line. But we then head into Spoon. For me, one of the more trickiest corners in any racing track, spoon is so difficult to get right because you take a different line into it every single time. You don't ever go through it the same way. As Mace nearly hits Don't Know Mate, as we then go back down the back straight, another pit straight here where you have a shorter version, and you're coming up to the famous 130R. You would go flat out through here, but in these GT3s, you have to yield and drop down a gear, as Don't Know Mate does. And then normally you would go into the final chicane here, but here at Sakitto, we go flat. And I vaguely remember a famous GTE race where I saw a BMW go flying up in the sky, down the back straight and across the line, and that is a lap with Don't Know Mate at Sakitto.
Yeah, not his best either, as he's 9 seconds off the pace. Self-soft back into the session. And it is Smokey Devil who currently leads away from Nicky then. Smokey Devil, the only man in the 43s. Joe Argent, Don't Know Mate's currently 5th ahead of Dean Wasocki in P6. Mace down in 7th with Smithy 8th. Ukbar 9th, DJ Phil 10th, Welsh 11th, Stovesoft only just got in P12 at the moment. Well, I'm just going to go through the championship standings, and championship cannot be won tonight. But just a shout out to the other DJ Motorsport member tonight, Dan, of Phil, because this, his first race tonight, will mark his 100th race start at Simplay Motorsport. The first man to achieve that marker. Little Leach and Peaceful not too far behind on that, but they will get theirs at Fuji, provided they make both races tomorrow night. But DJ Phil, race 1 tonight, will make his 100th start. And just lads, just appreciate that one in the comment section, because 100 race starts here at Simplay Motorsport. That's been through 4 seasons. He's done 13 races, whether it's Clio or GT5s, and then 5 in the GTs, as we've lost Nicky as well, so hopefully Nicky can get back in. But 100 races, Dan, what a monumental effort.
Yeah, what an achievement, and he's obviously hearing us in the comments. He's given us a little flash of lights. But yeah, a massive congratulations to DJ Phil for being the first man to get to 100 races here at Simplay. I think a lot of drivers next season will be doing that, as we've got big plans for next season with Formula 1, I believe, is on the cards, and also the World Endurance.
World Endurance, yep. And then obviously the GT3s as well, but back for season 5.
Yeah, so our main show GT3s, who might have a bit spicy changes to the format as well for Pro-Am. So it could be many new things to come as we go along. But Nicky just messaging me saying his game crashed, so he's on his way back. So
right, there we go. So while we wait for Nicky, Dan, I'm just going to run through the championship standings, if that's all right.
Go for it, mate.
Mace Gamer. You do. You sound like your dad now. Filth.
Oh, well, I'll take that back.
Maze Gamer leads the way by 20 points from KLF, who's not here tonight, so Maze Gamer can extend that run. But Kelly, don't forget, will gain his drop score back, which is 15 points. Argent then is 9 points off the back of Kelly and 31 off the back of Maze Gamer. Rabbit Joe, he's some 26 off the back of his teammate and 57 off the back of Maze Gamer. Nicky then 86 off the back of Maze Gamer, while he's a fair old 39 points behind Rabbit Joe. He's on double points tonight, so a good double points for Nicky could give him a real big boost. Welsh still mathematically possible in this title fight. He's 140 back from the championship lead with Smithy in P7 after such a good double points round at Zolder last week. Smithy 150 back, and in a fight with Smokey Devil and with Welshie for that 6th, 7th, 8th place. Smokey Devil then is in 8th. He's 2 points behind Smithy at the moment, with DJ Phil, his teammate, some 32 points back from him. But both of them two on double points tonight, so watch out for DJ Motorsport in the Constructors title, who could really climb up that championship. Probably going to nail on P3 in that one. Don't Know Mate sits P10, 3 points ahead of Stove Sloth. He's in a good fight for the top 10 there in what has been his debut outing, and not a bad season for a debut outing, it has to be said. Stove Sloth P11, 3 points behind this man, with Ukbar on 96 points. He is some 20 points behind Stove Sloth, but on double points tonight. What can he do? Dean Wasoki's P13, he's on double points tonight. He's 6 points behind Ukbar. Can he climb up towards that top 10 and make a top 10 fight more interesting towards the back end of this season? Then it's Alfie in P14. We've not seen him for a while, and we've not seen Holty since the beginning of the season, so them two pretty much not around as Nicky gets back into the session now. Then in the Constructors Championship, it is going to be Forever Forward who lead the way by 18 points. Now Kelly will already get 15 points back on that, so that's pretty much 3 points you've got to worry about in terms of the Constructors' Championship with the fact that Kelly's already scored 15. Nicky on double points. Can he help Prolapse get to stop Forever Forward's run of getting a third consecutive Constructors' title? Team Pro Lassie still P3 of Maze Gamer on his own, 1 point ahead of DJ Motorsport. But after tonight with them two on double points, that will not be the case, you would imagine. MC Motorsport are just behind DJ Motorsport, but that could change massively due to the double points. They're well ahead of AA3D Printing, who are only AA3D Printing, Dean on his own for pretty much most of the season. They're 2 points ahead of Team Cool Runnings. They're 13 points ahead of Iron Brew Racing. All them teams here, Dan, are on their own. The Flying Dutchman's on 96. He's a bit further back. But all them teams are on their own and could have a good little fight at the bottom end of the Constructors' table by the end of this season.
Yeah, it could be an interesting one. And Nicky, in the comments, you're definitely back in the Renault, mate. It says there is in Honda, but you're definitely in the Renault, mate. But and also to Smithy as well. It is lap 5 is the pit window. But yeah, the championship's still hotting up. It's still left. We've still got 4 rounds, including 3 rounds.
3 rounds, yeah.
Sorry, 3 rounds including this one. Still plenty of points up for grabs, not just in Pro-Am, but also in Pro. Yeah. So there's still plenty of prizes left to go. There's still race records, there's still lap records still available. Well, brand new one here tonight for Sakitto.
Yeah.
Maybe new ones will be broken at Fuji, as that was the last time that we ran with just downforce at Fuji. Yeah. So we'll be able to open setups for that one. And then Bathurst, the cruel in the crown, the one that I'm going for to stop Sutty from keeping it.
Yeah, 162 points, Dan, up for grabs. To answer your question there about points up for grabs, 282 in the Constructors' title, so a lot of points on offer in this one tonight. Smokey, Rabbit, Argent, Welsey's gone up to 4th head of Don't Know Mate Dean. Maze still down in 7th, but with Nicky disconnecting, that would have put Maze 8th. Is Maze sandbagging a bit of time here, or what is the situation? Stovesloff needs to find some more pace, but Maze Gamer at the moment needs to find a bit more time. He's some 3.5 off the back of the leaders.
Yeah, obviously he's found a 1.6 right now, but I think the Mercedes will have the overall 1 lap pace that they always do, but consistency is going to be the thing for these cars, especially for the pad runners. I'm trying to keep, well, I've done a race now on the pad, and trying to keep it on track and consistent while running on a pad is so difficult. Yeah. It's one of the most difficult things that I had to do. Obviously, when you do 1 lap pace and you nail it, it's easy, it's great. As Maze now goes up into 4th place, but trying to do it consistently, lap for lap, is probably one of the hardest things to do. But I take my hats off to pad runners, because I did that one night and I could not do it again.
Yeah, and what a night you had as well. It was a good night at Zolder for yourself, and it was a good night at Zolder for this man, Dan, who, while you was away, took his first win and got on the podium again. And yeah, last time he were on the podium, it was similar conditions at Zoo High last season, and him and Kelly had some fantastic battles last week.
I was while I was sitting on my deathbed, I was watching the stream from from the hospital bed, and I was watching Kelly, obviously with a bit of more experience in the wet and knows the conditions a little bit better, but this man just aced it in the Porsche. He did a fantastic job. He keeps saying it was luck, but you need to be in that situation to gain those points, to gain those wins, and I don't call it luck, I call it perfect driving, precision. And it's about time he finally got a win on the board, and Zolder has been fantastic to him. He's struggling a little bit here at Sakitto, and I think he was hoping for a little bit more rain so that it would help him, but at this precise minute, he's doing that car justice for Gary and Little Leach, I think, really doing the Leachy Legends proud by running that car and taking his first win at Zolder.
And Smithy typifies something that we've been on about all weekend, Dan. There's been a problem with drivers retiring and just giving up and not really say, and just, you know, what's the point sort of attitude. This guy really is the top of the list when you say he just gets to the end. He's one of them kind of drivers. Him and Phil, they both say they're not the quickest. They both admit that they're not up there fighting for wins, but they get to the end and score the points that they need to do, and that's what you need to do in this series, isn't it? Is be there in any series. In fact, is just be there till the end.
Yeah, exactly. You don't win a championship with one race. You win a championship throughout the season. And to be in that fight, you have to be there for every single round, for every single point, for every single lap. We've seen it multiple times in F1, in World Endurance, in touring cars, to rally cross. It's the only way to win a title is to be in the fight every single time. No matter if you're at the front or the back, you can still gain points no matter what happens. And a round like Zolder, where conditions were completely thrown out the window, who we thought were going to be strong, were actually really weak, and it gave people like Smithy that opportunity, his golden moment, to go, here I am, this is what I can do, watch out.
Yeah, exactly. And let's see what he can do tonight as he improves by a tenth there and goes back to pits with the last 2 minutes to go in the session. Here's Dean Wysocki. What's he going to do as he comes round? You see the car just getting a bit unsettled there, but he comes round and manages toward it to end. What can Dean do tonight? He struggled like mad last week in the wet at Zolder, and is this a night where he's going to come back and be back at his best? The sign-up sheets, don't forget, are out for next season, so make sure you sign up as well. Nice hold. Well held there from Dean Wysocki then. But sign-up sheets are out for next season. Make sure you get on that and fill that one in. There is a newcomer in the GT3 list for next year, and there's a returning face, but we're not going to get onto that too much just at the moment.
Already there's 2 drivers that are really spicing me up for Pro-Am. I've heard who they are, and I should be looking forward to seeing them, especially one particular driver. I'd like to see how he gets on in this series, but nonetheless, the sign-up sheets are there. You're more than welcome to sign up, guys. We will be going through track selections will be coming up very shortly as well, so that we can give you an opportunity so that you can have a bit of testing earlier on, decide what cars you want, and it will be the same rules as last season. Once you've picked your car for the season, that is it. You are stuck with it. And we're not going to be going any handicaps again for last season. With no opportunity of changing car. Once you've picked, so pick wisely.
And also, as always, if there's any things that you guys who are listening, who are drivers as well, want to see for next season, do not hesitate to message Kieran Argent, myself, Welshie, Dan, Peaceful Explosion, or Kelly Davis, the admins, the main admins here. Do not hesitate to message them with an idea, with something you'd like to see for next season. We will all take it on board and bring it up in the AGM, the annual meeting, let's call it, for that. But the calendar should be decided this weekend, I'm hoping, and hopefully we can get something out for this week, because we've got a longer winter period this time with Christmas, with us finishing the beginning of December. We've kind of got that couple of weeks before Christmas where we've then sort of said we'll have that extra time off, haven't we? We normally have 4 weeks off, which would have took us in between Christmas and New Year, but we've kind of gone the extra couple of weeks, haven't we, this season, to give it a bit more time for the drivers to get ready for next season. As Stousoff goes again, hopefully we can get him back in. But already, Dan, the rumours of a returning face. There's rumours of a team that's already announced without announcing it, so I'm led to believe they're waiting for a few bits. They just want to test the car and see what they want to pick. But there's exciting things coming, especially in the Pro-Am.
Yeah, definitely so, and there might be something brand new that could happen in Pro-Am yet. We're just having to decide what it is that we're planning to do for Pro-Am for next season. But nonetheless, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be thrilling, and make sure you tune in for next season, guys. Also, make sure you tune in for the WEC as well, and the Formula 1, where Sweet actually gets to get on track himself. He gets to be on the channel. I'll be commentating for the season, but Sweet himself will be on circuit, and we'll be able to see him out on track and see what he can do behind the wheel. Yeah,
that one's going to be an interesting one, because me and you are doing a 2-player F1 career, and
we suck.
It ain't going well. Although you don't do R&D objectives on that one. So, as we say, evening to Dean in the chat. Stousoff gets himself back in. So, look, we're looking forward to it. The WEC, I think, is one we're really looking forward to, aren't we? Especially myself, you, and Mazda. Buzzing for next season. Matthew Duffin, my teammate. Oh, Smithy, I'd love to be. But who's going to commentate me down on a Wednesday night? I'd love to be out there, Smithy, but honestly. Hey, you never know. If Sticky and Sicky want to commentate a Wednesday night, if Kelly gets promoted, you might see me out there on the grid, mate. And I'd love to team up with you, Smithy, because I think what a partnership that would be. And you'd be the number one driver, because you're just an absolute legend, Smithy. But we're ready for qualifying, Dan. The practice has gone.
And Arjun's got himself a penalty already.
Oh, what? He's done that. That's the 4th time this season. Kieran Argent has got himself a one-place grid penalty minimum. That is, and Smokey Devil!
And Smokey, the man...
On double!
He was looking good in practice as well. So, Smokey looking very strong. It was Rabbit Joe who was quickest by the end of the session. And we've lost the driver as well. I'm not sure who we've lost. We've lost someone else again. But, yeah, Smokey and Argent, classic, as Maze is disconnected. So you should hopefully get back into the session. Yeah, let's hope Maze gets back in. Evening to Disco as well. Good luck to the guys out there, he says. Nice to see you in the chat, Disco. Just going to go to general chat. No, pit window lap 5, don't forget, for tonight for everybody. Dan,
my tip for pole was Smoky Devil, but who we going to tip for second, third? Who's going to be on the pole?
This man, I reckon. If Joe could get it together, I think Joe would be on pole. There's only one other person that could probably take it away from him tonight, and I reckon that could be Nicky.
Yeah.
The Renault is quite planted here. It handles well. I don't think Mays has quite got the speed and consistency here. It would have been either Argent or Smokey. They were looking strong, but Rabbit Joe being fastest by the end of the session, a 43.0 is what he did at the end. And I know the pro pace has been around the 40, dipping into the 42, so he's not far off that. But I'm putting my money on for Joe.
I'm gonna go Nicky. I'm gonna back my boy Nicky. I think he could do it. No, flip it. I'm going to back my teammate Smithy. Let's go, Smith. I'm backing Nicky.
Smithy for pole position. Imagine that. Imagine if that happened now. Straight after Zolder, a race win, and he goes and puts it on pole.
What a high he would be on if he put it on pole or get us another podium here. What a high Smithy would be on. Dedication. And he's on the pad as well. He's on the pad. He's another pad runner. I thought he was wheel, but he's on the pad now. And especially in them wet conditions last week.
Yeah.
Fair play
DJ
to the guy.
Just allowing some of the drivers through as Smoky Devil and Dean go through. It is Argent who will be the first man to cross the line. He's pulled away a little bit. Who's then next? That looks like Welshie. No. Possibly Nicky. Joe's gone back into the pits.
Yeah, I think Nicky's at the end of his lap. Yeah, might have been. I think it's actually these two who's behind Argent. Argent's further up the road. I think it's them
those
two.
two are behind Argent.
Yeah.
It's the person between. It was Joe, I think. It was Joe between Welshie and Dean.
There we go.
So then you got a big gaggle of cars behind with Stealth Sloth, Smithy, and a couple others as well, all in a group. Joe hasn't got a lot of time to get out and set a lap time now. He needs to get on with it. Nicky will be the last to set a lap time.
Mace Game has not got a lot of time to get back in. He's got 6 minutes to get in, and hopefully he does get in as well. This will make the championship even more interesting if he doesn't get himself in. Kelly won't feel like he's lost too much. In fact, he'd have still gained if Mace Gamer doesn't score well tonight. But it's going to be your first man then to set the sector times alight. And so far, he was purple sector 1, but that's now gone Smoky Devil. He has just gone purple sector 2, though, as Argent. Keeping an eye on the split screen on my phone as we wait for Smoky Devil to come through sector 2, but Argent currently the quickest through sector 2 and is still the quickest through sector 2 as Smoky Devil some 8 seconds slower, so he must have been held up. We saw him around Dean Wasocki, so has he had a bit of a problem there with Dean in terms of getting past him then in this. So Argent then going to set the first time and a 43.5. That is not a bad banker lap at all.
That's the benchmark, guys, and Smokey's the next man to come around the corner at 43.5. All this is going to go to waste for these two because they're all putting in these lap times and they're just going to drop further back down the pack. But Smokey crosses the line, does a 150, so he's obviously been caught up with something. And Dean as well was caught up with something with Smokey, I think, as well. So these two tangling each other. So Welshie will be the next representative time as he comes towards the line. What does he produce? He goes third.
Nothing respectable yet, is it? Hey, there he is. Pole at the minute for Smithy. I tipped it. You heard it here first. Quick, and where's the button to qualify, Dan?
Smithy currently on pole position at this precise minute as Zugbar now goes on pole.
Zugbar goes on pole. What a nice season as well, by the way, Dan. Zugbar and Smithy, both brand new winners to the Simplay channel and the Simplay season. Both brand new winners, so they're both, new to the winner's circle this season.
Yeah.
Be great to see some other winners out there. Don't know, mate. It's the only guy on the grid now without a race win to his name, and it'd be lovely to see him win by the end of this season. But here he was
saying to us before tonight, he was saying he was hoping for some rain because he felt the rain really helped him out, and he really felt quite comfortable. Maybe.
Sorry to interrupt, but the Audi this year, there's been a lot of complaints about the Audi this year. Does that rain sort of make the Audi a bit better, do we think?
Possibly, and I've been told as well that the Audi Endurance and the Audi Normal are slightly different, as one seems to run better with wet tyres and one seems to run better with the dry tyres. So I'm assuming this might be the one that runs better in the wet than it does in the dry.
Yeah. No, exactly. We'll have to keep our eyes on what Don't Know Mate can do. If Smoky Devil comes round to do a second lap and
I think it's P4.
Yeah, nothing on the timing screens to say purple. The purple sector at the moment is sector 1 for Nicky. So let's keep our eyes out for Nicky then, coming through the sectors.
What does he do? He goes
P5.
into 5th place. And Welshie's improved well. He then takes P5.
Good times coming in. Oh, Dean's just dropped it at T1 as Mays Gamer gets himself back in. Smithy crosses the line, no improvement there. But Nicky's gone purple sector 1, green sector 2. Here comes Bob back up into second place. Provisional pole at the minute for Bob, but this is the man as Joe just goes quickest. Wow, what a time from Joe! A 42.7, but what can this man do? No, only a 43.9, and has he lost it in that final sector where the Renault may struggle compared to the Mercedes, but into the 42s for this man. You tipped it.
I did say Joe would look good, and he does this classic thing of running a really low fuel and ditches the radiator, and basically makes his car as light as it humanly possible, so that he can gain as much possible time. But right now, Joe is currently on pole position, and Nicky will be starting alongside him, and Kelly will be pretty happy with that after not seeing that.
Yeah,
Kelly will not be too chuffed about that one.
No, he won't. Indeed, will he not? Mays Gamer still sat in the pits. So it looks like Mays could start from the back. And I tell you what, on such a tight Suzuka circuit, he's coming out now and has just got time to get one flying lap in.
He's got to do a Sebastian Vettel in the Red Bull days. You know how Seb used to leave it to just one lap at the end of the session? This is what Mays needs to do. He needs to produce the lap of his life here. Because at the minute, Arjun with a grid penalty, Smokey with a grid penalty, these two are really hampered themselves.
Oh, they really have hampered themselves, and it is what a disaster for them guys, as well as Joe is going even quicker. He's pitted, he was purple sector 1, so Joe was going even quicker. Here comes Welshie to cross the line. Any improvement? Not this time around, just down on his time. Saw Welshie testing a car last night. Again, I'm going to keep it all under wraps for the time being, because it's all just speculation, but interesting choice is all I'm going to say. As here comes Stealth Sloth, rounding the final corner. He's got Don't Know Mate just behind him. There's Ukbar just in front of him. Ukbar doesn't improve. Stealth Sloth improves, goes P9, and then Don't Know Mate improves and goes P8. So he's gone ahead of Smithy, and he's just off the back of Dean Wasocki. Mays Gamer there, really trying to pump a lap in. Nicky and Joe, though, are done for qualifying, Dan. I think Joe's got pole, because I think Mays has got too much work to do to get the pole position here.
I don't know. Mays can just pop a lap out whenever he wants it sometimes, so I don't know if it's done and dusted just yet. The only thing that Arjun and Smokey can do is put it on pole. That's the only thing they can do to damage limitation. But one of them is going to lose out. One of them will start. Smokey's not
had the pace he had in practice, Dan, either. So he's not really shown that true pace of practice at the moment into the 45s. He was close to a 42. Which would have been good enough for second, I think it was, at the end of the practice session. So Smokey Devil not yet got that clean lap that he needs. But you look at Mays Gamer, you look at the track map, he's got such a clear track in front of him. He can just go here. Nicky in the pits, Stealth Sloth in the pits, Joe in the pits. They're all done. 38 seconds left. It's a one shot for this man, Mays Gamer, then to get it on the front row of the grid. Smithy comes to cross the line. Any improvement from Smithy? No, stays P9 and doesn't improve his time there
Smithy
at all.
was on an outlap. Smithy was on an outlap. He came out at the same time as Mays.
Right.
Mays has got two options here. He can be aggressive and go as fast as he can and then end up making a mistake and end up at the back of the pack. Or he just takes it smooth. Or he just takes it easy. Try and get a lap in. Either way, he's got a lot of work to do. We'll come back to him later on. But Ukbar, will he get one more lap in? I don't think he will. So it will be Smithy and Mays will want to be the last few. Ukbar does improve, but he doesn't get Nicky, so he will start P3.
Don't Know Mate's just gone ahead of Dean, Dan. So that's Don't Know Mate up to 7th place. Who's that? Is that Smokey Devil or DJ Phil who's just finished behind? It's Smokey Devil who's finished P5. He did improve a little bit as well, but him and Don't Know Mate have improved. DJ Phil will not improve, and you imagine we'll start P11. Now, who's behind DJ Phil coming round 130 on now? It's Dean Wasocki. Phil, do not move. He's moved backwards. That's probably the better choice. And Dean comes round then. Can Dean improve? Can he find a bit of time here to get ahead of Don't Know Mate? A bit of a personal rivalry between these two. Can Dean improve on his time? He does. He goes P6. Good lap from Dean at the end there.
This is the man we've all been waiting to see. This is who we were seeing. Has he gone aggressive or has he stayed smooth and consistent? This is the question. He's into the final corner, 130 yard, down into the final corner here. Matt probably seen his sector times, and I don't think it'll be purple, but Spain
purple
is
sector
up.
1, green sector 2. It's not looking
Maze.
great for a pole.
What can he do? Has he done enough?
Oh,
seconds.
P2. So he'll take a P2 then. So it's going to be Rabbit Joe who claims his 4th pole position of the season ahead of Maze Gamer in P2. What a lap from him at the end. 1 lap to do it. Nicky then is going to be P3 with Argent getting a penalty there. So it's going to be P4 for Argent, and his Q1 average of P3 gets shattered there. Ukbar, a good qualifying in P5. He averages 6th. He's got a P5 to his name. Smoky Devil will start 7th then after his 1-place grid penalty. Will promote Dean Wasocki into P6 for him. That is Dean's best qualifying. That's Dean's 2nd best qualifying of the season. Welshie down in P8. What could have been for him? Maybe a little bit more time in that car. Don't know, mate. We'll start in P9 then. Smithy down in P10. I tipped him for pole. He's not far off it. He's only 4.8 seconds. He can make that up, Smith. Don't you worry. It's then going to be Stealth Soft to start P11. And a really disappointing qualifying for the man who makes his 100th appearance, Dan. DJ Phil down in P12.
Yeah, such a shame, but it's going to be an interesting race nonetheless, and I think turn 1 and 2 and even up the S's is going to be very, very interesting. But people who are on double points really do have to be cautious here today.
Yeah.
Really have to be. But we'll do a quick run of the grid. It is your man Rabbit Joe on pole position, his 4th pole position this season, and what a job he has done there. Beautiful lap time of 42.7. Then we've got Maze Gamer currently in 2nd place on the front row with him with that 1-shot lap. Brilliant stuff from him. Nicky for Team Prodas will start in 3rd with Argent in 4th place position. Ukbar will start 5th, and Dean in that 6th place position, making your grid at row number 3. Smoky Devil with his penalty will be moved to row 4 with a Welshie as well alongside in 8th place position. Dono Mate in 9th. Smithy running in that 10th place position. Stealth Sloth in 11th, and DJ Phil on his 100th appearance will start at the back of the pack here tonight. Guys, get your votes in on who you think is going to be a driver of the day today, with obviously the qualifying, racing and all that lot, and who do you think is going to take the first win of tonight. Hit that like button and subscribe as well. Share the stream as well to your friends and family. Get it around. Let's get as many people in here as we possibly can as we're about to get underway for round what round are we on, Matt?
Round 21.
21
no, round
22.
19. Round 19,
Sorry.
I think. Yes,
round 19 and 20 of Sakitto, Suzuka, Japan.
Got a little stat for you, Dan. That is the Mercedes-Benz's 48th pole position at Simplay Motorsport. The AMG Mercedes-Benz 48th pole position. 40 have came in the Pro-Am series. So it just goes to show what's been a dominant car in the Pro-Am series is that Mercedes AMG. But 48 pole positions to its name. Can it get number 49 tonight in the 2nd race? We'll have to wait to see who qualifies for that. 12 drivers will start this race, which means the top 6 cannot qualify. And we're syncing up. We're ready to go. DJ Phil is on the grid. He will make race 100. But what are the guys going to do heading down to turn 1? It's green and it's a good getaway from Rabbit Joe. Does he come across to cover Maze Gamer? No. Maze Gamer looks like he's going to slot behind Rabbit Joe. Argent and Nicky in the background. Dean Wasocki. He's got a flying start. He's up to 3rd. What a good job from Dean then. That's Smith who's had a little wobble at turn 1. Everybody looks through cleanly, and Dean is bottling at turn 2 as he was 3rd in the standings at the moment, and then loses it at turn 1 and 2, and down to P7 he goes. He's just hooked in mine, don't know, mate, but all away relatively cleanly, Dan, and all pretty unscathed at the minute.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from these Pro-Am drivers. They managed to negotiate turn 1 really well. Joe a little bit slower out of the S's there. That's allowed Maze Gamer to get right onto the back of him as they come through the Degners. But looks like Joe's just got enough in hand, but Maze is really pushing it here. And
he's really wide. One man who had a bad start down Ukbar, well off the back of the pack down in P12 at the moment. And I'm not sure what happened to him because we didn't see any car lose it. And who's that? Is that Dean round again? I think it is. I think Dean has dropped it once again, and he's down to P11 now. So he is starting to struggle, and I think he's gone again. To Degner too. I think Dean's lost it again, but still soft.
Where's Maze gone?
What has happened to Maze? He's dropped in 7th place and is well off the back now.
Look who's in second place. Nicky, he's on double points here, and he is now starting to hunt down Rabbit Joe. This is a great start for Nicky. I do not want to curse him right now, but Nicky, the dream start that when he was telling me just before, he was stressing about this race, knowing that he's on double points, and he'll be wanting to make sure he gains every single point to help Kelly out right now. But brilliant stuff from Nicky. He was a little bit wide, but that is all the guys going through the 130R. But some winners and losers. Look
at this.
DJ Phil is.
DJ Phil pretty much pushing Smithy through 130R, runs a little wide, manages to bring it back on. Stealth's off with them as well. No Ukbar and Dean in the background, and down through this little right-hand kink you get. Stealth's off the throttle, just couldn't get it turned in and off. And now down the straight they go. DJ Phil really pushing onto the back of Smithy as they start lap 2 of 20. Pit window opens at lap 5, and is Phil going to look up the inside at turn 1? I think he is a bit later on the brakes. No, Smithy hanging it round the outside, and a bit of a tap from Phil there to Smithy, and that's allowed Stealth's off up the inside, Dan. And lap 2 already underway, and a bit of carnage at the back of the pack. But Mays, what's happened to Welshie? Oh no, poor Welshie there has dropped right down to P10. Mays is off.
He's got a little bit wide,
held
but
it.
He's managed to keep it together. But yeah, Mays is struggling a little bit here. So is Argent a little bit. He's now starting to creep onto the back of Nicky. So these Mercedes drivers already, like I said, would struggle. They're only on lap 1 and they're already struggling, but Joe seems to got it in hand at the minute. He just needs to take his time. He keeps telling us in the interviews that he always makes silly errors and silly mistakes. He's got the race lead, he's got Nicky behind him, and then his teammate. He just has to be smooth and consistent.
What a good start for this man, Dan, from P9 lap 2. He's already P4, running quite well at the minute. His Don't Know Mate on his debut season. Can Bryn get a result that he needs?
No,
Nicky's made a mistake, and he's dropped behind Argent, and Don't Know Mate will be charging him down, already coming up to speed. Nicky getting back up to that speed. Maze gamers are coming as well, but it's a forever forward 1-2 at the moment, and what Kelly will not want to see is happening right now. Can Smokey get back on the pace? Can Maze cut out the mistakes? A lot of drivers just seeming to be making some individual errors here, Dan. Very uncharacteristic of Nicky to make a mistake.
It is very uncharacteristic, but he might have just tweaked the car a little bit too fast, so it's now been a little bit twitchy on tyres, but nonetheless, Nicky has dropped down. Don't Know Mate is having a fantastic start to this Sakitto round, and he looks like he's on a good run right now to try and get...
Oh no! Just as you say that, and he gets into a slide and a bit of a tap from Maze Gamer as he comes round. Nothing Maze could have done there, but what a shame.
Sorry, Don't Know Mate.
Yeah. If you want to blame anybody there, blame Dan, because he was just saying how well you'd done. Welshie then is... Oh, that car looked like it was crabbing a bit. Oh, yeah, that is...
That's bad.
That is struggling.
Rabbit's dropped it!
Oh! You can't make this up!
Maze is well off at this point. I thought he would have been a lot closer, but Maze has not really gained onto the back of these lot.
No,
So
I think Maze keeps running wide, Dan. I've seen him run wide a few times. I think that's his problem at the moment. Ukpar's now up to 8th, but Argent leads this race from Nicky at the moment. Everybody making errors.
Yeah, everybody is making mistakes. That's allowed Smokey to get onto the back of these guys once again. So the Mercedes boys a little bit... Oh, Smokey's dropped it now.
Oh, my days. You cannot make this stuff up, can you? Everybody's just making error after error after error.
At this rate, Ukbar's going to be leading this race.
At this rate, well, she could still win this race, and he's already in the pits.
And he's still in the pits. He's really got a lot of damage. Now he's eventually gone. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with these guys. They just seem to be struggling in the race.
They just seem to have one little moment of madness that's catching them out. Who's this? It's Don't Know Mate, DJ Phil and Ukbar. This is all for P6, 7 and 8 on the track at the moment. Don't Know Mate had that moment at turn 1 and he's only lost 2 places out of it, but not so bad for him so far. Can he get it back going in this one though? Can he pull ahead of Phil? Oh, he's very wide at 130R, manages to recover there. And it's hard at 130R, isn't it? Because you want to try and take it as fast as you can and just get caught out of running wide. And DJ Phil's got through, and Ukbar's wide at the final little right-hand bend, and onto the gravel he goes. How he's kept that out the wall, I do not know. But Ukbar off and rejoins now, needs to get the lights back on. What a crazy first few laps. Come on, Nicky, says BT Targa in the chat, and crazy isn't the word of it. But Nicky just slowly creeping up on the back of Argent here. We know Argent's got mistakes in him, so can the Team Prolapse driver get ahead of Argent? Cameraman struggling to pick Argent up. There he is, just ahead of that beautiful Ferris wheel. As Stealth Soft's coming to the pits at the end of lap 3.
Yeah, just as these are the closest fights at the minute. Most of the guys are in the pits. Oh, as you see, Smithy's losing it as well. It seems like the race settings are just allowing these guys to just make mistakes. Smokey's dropped off the back of these guys as well with heavy damage. So Smithy's got going against Stealth and Dean's in
Dean.
again.
Yeah, Dean's got some damage as well.
Yeah,
Dean on double points as well tonight, Dan. So not the round he would have wanted in terms of picking up his double points and moving up the championship order. As here comes Rabbit Joe with that's Maze! Maze! He's managed to not put it in the wall, keeps it from going fully round, and now DJ, is that Smoky Devil going to gain on Maze? It is, because look at this, but Maze has just dropped the rear of the car. Round he went, just coming out the exit to Spoon, and that's put the pressure off for Joe. My days, I can't believe how many drivers are just making silly little errors here, and Maze is so wide at 130R there.
Yeah, very, very wide, and unless something's just unsettled his car, he's got a little bit of dirt on the tyres, so he's not able to grip up as best as he possibly can. But they're not lapping as quickly as I thought, and to the pro guys, this might be a bit worrying, knowing that the fact that the track's not gripping up as well as it could.
It seems very green, Dan, doesn't it? The track seems green, and that it's not rubbering up and not bedding in, because there's just so many individual errors. As Joe now pushing hard to get on the back of Nicky once again. Nicky's just dropped to that 2-second mark to Argent, but this is where the Renault, you see him just starting to fight some tenths back over that Mercedes-Benz. This is where the Renault is better than the Mercedes, and Joe just has to keep it together in his hunt of Nicky. These three can score good points over the championship leader. With Mace Gamer struggling tonight, these boys could be in for some points.
Yeah, they could be in for some big points here tonight, but it's all about trying to keep it on track, and at this minute everyone seems to be struggling with staying on track. Further down, we've got DJ Phil up in the 6th place, so DJ Motorsport are doing great points right now. Don't Know Mate currently recovering in 7th place, with Ugbar in 8th. Smithy is coming to the pits with obviously damage. We've got Stealth Soft trying to recover, and Welshie, the two Lamborghinis who I thought were going to be strong here tonight, obviously not as strong as I thought. And Dean obviously having a night to forget right now.
And this is 3 weeks in a row we had since that good night to Dostashlav, and Dean has been quite poor as of late and just needs to get back on it for these final couple of weeks. Doesn't want to finish the bottom of the drivers that turn up week in, week out, he says, and well, he's got to make sure he gets something done, because his driving at the minute is a little bit suspect, as Nicky just pushing the track limits there, but they come through this final part of the track, and this is where the Merc can really gain over that Renault as Smithy drops down the order behind Stelsoff and Welshie. Don't Know Mate's lost out to Ugbar somewhere, so I reckon Don't Know Mate's had a problem, but he is carrying damage. Argent leads from Nicky from Rabbit Joe as we're on to lap 6, and the pit window opened at the end of that lap.
Yep, so pit window is now open to the guys who haven't got damage, so they can come in and get themselves repaired and out, and away they go. But Nicky was lapping slightly faster than Arjun that last lap, but it was Maze Gamer who was quickest that last lap with 44.9. But Joe's the one on the move on the back of Nicky, but he has to be careful through the S's. The dirty air of the back of that Renault is really going to make the Mercedes light and very difficult to drive, so he has to be patient. He has to wait for the right time to attack Nicky, and that will be in the final sector.
Bit of a wiggle there. That's Welshie coming out the way, but Joe had a bit of a wiggle, Dan, coming up and over the brow of the hill. And you say patient for the for the dirty air. Patience, because it's a very tight, narrow track and nowhere really to overtake. Don't Know Mate, the first man to pit inside the pit window. But Joe's just got to be patient altogether here, Dan, as he had a wiggle coming over the crest, and that unsettled his Mercedes. He had to drop off. Who is that? That is Stealth Sloth. Some serious internet problems. Will stay off of him. But that is some serious lag from Stealth Sloth all over the place. And Argent maybe having a bit of a brown pants moment.
Yeah, he definitely will be. He'll be getting nervous on the back of that Lamborghini. And the Lamborghini not really getting out of the way as Stealth Sloth is really working the shot. I would not want to be on the back of that. No.
Not trying to lap it. It's come to 130R, and Argent has to get out of it, but then he lags forward a bit, so I don't think Argent knows where Stealth Sloth actually is. He's lagging all over the place, and Stealth pulls to the left and moves out of the way, and that is the best option, I think.
Where's Joe?
He's dropped it. He's P5. He's behind Smokey and Maze. Maze is on the podium. What has happened? Just pushing too hard is Joe, maybe. Oh, what a shame. So. But look at this, though, Dan. Nicky on the back of Argent. 6/10 separates them after Stealth Sloth. And the Lagmobile struggling to get out of Argent's way. Nicky has a chance to pounce here.
Nicky does, but Nicky has to be patient. He has to wait. He knows he's got better. He's got more superior grip. He's got better traction, and he's probably got better tyre life as well. So he's just got to wait for the right moment. He doesn't need to be pushing. He could possibly come in and out and jump him in the pits and do an undercut, but we only know half the story. Obviously, Nicky knows how his car's feeling right now, so Nicky will choose when he wants to come in. But at the minute, Arjun now under pressure. Joe's threat is gone. The only real threat now is Mays, and he's still got to get past the lagging boat.
He has got to get past the lagging boat. Mays giving him a flash here. Looks like the lag sort of settled down a little bit for Stolzloff at the moment, so it might be easier for Mace to pass him so far. Flashing the lights, but don't forget the back markers do not have to get out of the way here in GT3. And Mays gives him a right tap in the rear there. I'm sure Stealth will not appreciate that, as Nicky then just losing a bit of time to Argent as they get to this final sector of the track, where Argent will be that bit quicker in his Mercedes AMG and just starting to pull that gap, and it slowly opens up. But Argent at the minute, Dan, driving a race that he can be proud of. No mistakes as of yet. The only mistake he's made, he's not putting it on the front row of the grid.
Yeah, and then again, he said the little dips that are in the pit lane caused him to speed in the pit lane, so that's why he sped in the pit lane as such. So not really his fault again, but at this precise moment, Nicky is trying to hunt him down in the Renault, and look at that, Nicky's actually gained time in this sector on the Mercedes,
which surprises me. Yeah, which surprises me. It surprises me a lot, to be fair. Nicky had a bit of a horrible lap compared to Argent last time around, and Argent quicker than Mays game. And then look at this, DJ Phil and Ukbar. Here comes the Ginetta, the hairdryer, as Sooty calls it. Sounds like a washing machine on a spin cycle does this thing, but Ukbar making sure that he's not spinning around and that he's attacking the back of DJ Phil, and got really close to the rear end of the DJ Motorsport Mercedes-Benz after being rebranded from Piston Broke. Don't know mate down in P9, but he has pitted. Stolzloff, the early leaders out of the guys that have pitted so far, and Dean's managed to get ahead of Walsh as well. She's been in the pits twice now, but that gap's not very big as Dean is hunting down Smithy. Don't forget Dean, Dean, Ukbar, DJ Phil, Smokey and Nicky all on double points, and Nick, he's held it.
Ukbar just held that one. I think a lot of these guys are struggling at night here. They're really struggling with grip, and they're lucky it's not raining. It's a good job it's not a night race either, Dan, because the times are a good 2 or 3, 4 hours earlier than a night race, so the temperatures would be even colder then. Yeah, definitely so. But Arjun seems to have extended that gap a little bit now on Nicky, as Ukbar has had a big moment and he's in the wall. So the night's just getting worse and worse for Ukbar at the minute. As I think Nicky I thought had a moment. But
that's going to be a long pit stop for Ukbar there to get that damage repaired and get that one back out on track. So Stolzloff may find himself trying to get ahead of Ukbar by the end of his pit stop, as Argent then pushing the track limits, as does Nicky. Pushes them a little, not as much as Argent actually. I thought he was pushing them a bit more.
I think where Nicky's making that time is through 130R and through here.
I think the Renault can stay flat. I think the Mercedes is lifting. I think the Renault can stay flat through 130R.
I think Nicky scrubbed a little bit of speed down that back straight. He does his fastest.
Look at the leaders. Wow. When Nicky goes out and bangs in a 44, as does Mays, as does Argent. They're all lapping the same here at the moment. Rabbit Joe still down in P5, well off the back. Phil has gained 6 places in this race already to be P6 at the moment. And Don't Know Mate's got ahead of Stolzloff. These two had a bit of a ding-dong last week. Will they be able to keep it out of trouble at the moment? And Joe's decided to come in.
Yeah, Joe is in. He's going to get his pit stop done and out of the way. And already these guys have learned from the pit stops not to speed as they come in, and they've learned from my video that I've made. So pre-warning from the guys has been given, and if they speed in the pit lane, that's their fault. They've been given the warning. But so Arjun currently still leading this race, but Nicky is trying to hunt him down.
I think Ukbar's coming in as well at the moment. Then in comes Ukbar, and that looked a bit quick.
Yeah, and I think he's been disqualified.
I think Ukbar's been DQ'd on double points. Oh no! Ukbar on double points gets a DQ, promoting everybody behind him. Then he had a long stop to make as it was, but a DQ. What a shame for Ukbar. But here they come then. Nicky, he's gained a bit of time over Argent actually this lap down.
Yeah, they're still swapping and changing between the two. They're still within 1.3, 1.4, and then Nicky gains it all back through 130R and through the final corner as well. So as Matt would like to say, it's ebbing and flowing between these two.
Ebbing and flowing, but Nicky is going to call the strategy, and he's going to call for an undercut here maybe.
He is, and he gets it stopped in time. So when does Argent pit? That's the question
yeah,
now.
I think Argent comes in now. I think Argent comes in now. I don't think Mays is in this conversation. I think Argent pits now.
I don't know. Mays could be there. He's still lapping in the 44s. He's lapping consistently quicker than the leaders.
Yeah, 210 so's not enough, Dan, is it, at 5.8? You know?
No.
He's got to do something special, or the leads have got to have a bit of a poor stop or a poor lap.
He's in touching distance.
Yes. As Nicky then is on his way out the pit lane, so decent stop. He's only lost to 2 places. In comes DJ Phil as well at the end of lap 9. So where is Rabbit Joe? Nicky's out the pits.
Clear air that Nicky
Where's
has.
Joe?
So Nicky needs to be flat out. He's only 130.
Wow, he is way behind there as Smithy brings our sign onto the track as Dean's trying to close down on Smithy. Joe is way behind Nicky then. After being on his tail a couple of laps ago, he's now way behind. Stelsoft still trying to gain over Don't Know Mate, but Don't Know Mate just having the legs over Stelsoft. We're midpoint of this race. And so far, so good if you're the lads in the lead. That could only happen to poor old Ukbar, says Fury's granddad. Of course, what a shame. There's DJ Phil then in the pits. Argent actually up on his time now. And is that because he's not worrying about Nicky in the rearview mirror? He's actually pulled out a second to Mays' game of this lap.
Yeah, as Mays hasn't had the best of laps here. He seems to have struggled a little bit to keep with Argent. But Argent, is he opting to pit now? Has he decided to do a good in-lap?
No, he's staying
out.
No, he's staying out.
He's staying out, but it just takes Argent to make one little mistake and Nicky's in the driving seat then. We reckon possibly maybe 30 seconds is probably the pit window we're looking at.
Well, Nicky was 1.4, 1.5 behind Argent. He's come out 38.5, so I'm going to say 35. Wow, that's a good lap. When we just said he'd lost a second and some point, 1 point something, he does a 44.5. Smoky Devil's coming at the end of lap 10. I reckon it's 35 to 40 seconds you lose here, Dan, purely because you have to brake at the quick part of the track before the final corner to get into the chicane, don't you? Who's that?
Nicky's in the wall.
Oh, wow, no! Nicky has ruined it. He's coming in, Dan. Race over.
No.
Race over!
Well, I wouldn't say race over, but it has damaged your chances of a race win.
That's what I mean. Yeah, but his double points have gone. Smokey's going to jump him. Mays is going to jump him. Joe might jump him. Phil could even jump him. I don't think Don't Know Mate's going to jump him, but Joe's at the final, at 130R. Nicky's got to repair all that damage. Where's DJ Phil? He's at Spoon, so he's at... Oh, no, he's not. He's at 130R. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong dot. Phil could jump Nicky here. Nicky could be P6, Dan. Oh, what a disaster. What a disaster.
Not what Nicky would have wanted. I think he might have pushed a little bit too hard through 130R, and that's allowed Argent really to just cruise now. Mays has lost time somewhere and looks like he's just got back. Yeah, it's just not going the way of Nicky tonight. As Ukbar in the comments saying, going to watch a replay for a couple of awful drivers. Okay, so Ukbar's obviously not too happy about a certain number of drivers, but it's a shame that he lost out.
We'll get them in Ukbar because then we...
Whoa.
Mays! Naughty Mays, cutting the pit entry line.
That's going to be an interesting one. So we'll see how that pans out. But Argent's staying out. He's going long. Nicky has eventually come back out, but he's well off the back of DJ Phil.
Argent's the only man to pit, Dan, just so I thought I'd let you know.
Oh,
who was that?
He's in the wall big time.
Really big time. That could give Walsh a chance to gain here, but Smithy, where's that? That's towards Spoon here. But Mays, is he in and out? Yeah, job done.
Yeah, he is out.
Job done. But I'm sure the stewards will want to take a look at that pit entry because that was a little bit naughty there from Mays Gamer on the pit entry line, especially considering we posted the videos earlier to say about, where to take.
So right now, Argent has got this under control. He just needs to keep it smooth and consistent. He doesn't need to be pumping these mad lap times in. If I was Argent, I'd come in now.
Now, Dan, we said about 35 seconds for the pit stop. Mays Game was some 5 seconds behind Argent. He's 32. How good a stop has Mays Gamer had?
He's had a very good stop.
Did Nicky have a bit of a long stop?
Remember, he cut after the chicane.
This is true, actually. No, this is true. Yes. This is true.
So Mays has gained all that time from cutting the chicane. So,
Oh.
As we say that, he's gone
We
wide.
say that, yeah, he's gone very, very, very wide. And does he keep it going? Yes, he does. Gets it pointing in the right direction, as that was Stealth Sloth getting it wrong at the Degners as well. So he goes across the grass as well there. And at the moment, then it's Argent, Maze, Smoky Rabbit, DJ, Nicky, don't know, mate, Stealth Sloth, Dean Walshy, Smithy. And Argent decides to come into the pits. End of lap 12, starting lap 13. Flipping heck, I thought Argent was going to come back out of the pit lane there. But now, Maze Gamer to Argent. What is going to happen here? Argent needs a pretty good stop, unless Maze Gamer... I thought he was going to head into the gravel there, but he managed to keep it out the gravel just about. Argent into the pits. Here's Smithy, who's a bit smashed up at the moment. Argent in. When do we see that white dot on the map move? It's not the best of stops for Argent. It's still not the best of stops for Argent. It's still not the best of stops from Argent. This could lose him the race lead here. He's away now.
Gone.
I think he's lost the race lead.
Possibly have, yeah.
Yeah, Maze is going to clear him. Maze Gamer then leads this race. Stewards are obviously going to want to look at that pit lane entry. But Maze Gamer leads here, Dan. In fact, Smokey! Smokey's jumped Argent.
Argent's had an awful pit. He's had an absolute shocker.
He's had a
pit.
mate.
I'm not sure.
Nicky
Nicky
would be leading this race, or at least second to Maze Gamer.
Yeah, he would be, but if Nicky hadn't made that mistake...
Oh,
He would have been leading the race.
Nicky.
He's going to be kicking himself
He
after
will,
watching
yeah.
this back.
No, he is. He's really going to be kicking himself. Smoky Devil, second place on double points. Looking good for Smoky so far. Did Maze make a mistake there?
I'm not sure. He's very slow, though.
Yeah, he's very slow, and the Lamborghini's catching up to him. Oh, he's wide again in the gravel. I think Maze is struggling, Dan.
He could be possibly struggling a little bit. I think that record for Fury's most wins, I think it's definitely going out the window.
It went because he didn't win last week, so he can only tie Fury's race wins of 13. He can't actually beat the record because he didn't win a race last week. So he can only tie it of 13, but has to win every race of the season to tie that record. But the odd mistake, he's made another one! He's made another one! And that's going to give Smoky Devil the lead of this race, and he's going to give Argent second place back.
Oh my god.
And it's ebbing and flowing. The race has got every little incident you could think of at the moment, and Smoky Devil on double points. He's always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Always on the podium without taking that win. He's now leading here at Sakitto. Stealth Sloth stays well out of the way. Smoky just on the curb a bit too much. Stealth Sloth still staying out of the way. Still staying out of the way. Yeah, I think Argent had to get out of it a little bit there because Maze has got a heck of a run. I think Argent had to get out of it with Stealth Sloth. Oh! And Argent comes across and they touch. And round Argent goes, and has that ruined his podium chances?
It possibly has, because Argent's got to get going again.
And he's got damage to that car. He has got some major damage to that car, Dan. Now, question. Did Argent come across to Stealth Sloth there?
I don't know, you have to rewatch that back, but I feel bad for Stealth Sloth in that situation. He had the worst positioning he could be in. He was just around Argent and Maze. He was trying to mind his own business and trying to get out of the way.
I've just seen it back down. Argent looks like he's coming across as Stealth Sloth's coming across. It looks like a 50-50. They both kind of come towards each other more than anything there. Oh, wow.
Look, what I see there looks like Stealth Sloth can be more in the wall if he tried. But, wow. Absolute drama.
So just as Maze Gamer loses it and Argent gets second place, DJ Phil on his 100th appearance, it could be P4 as Argent's off, Dean off as well, and Argent's well off now, and that's gave Joe P3. This is all going to give Nicky a P5 at least. Because he's what is he now? He's behind Argent by 14 seconds. And you could not make this up, Dan. You could not write this script tonight. The amount of times people have dropped it, the amount of incidents that people have had on their own. Maze Gamer, one of the biggest culprits, and Argent then has lost a race win and now a podium.
It was all looking so good until his pit stop.
Yeah.
His pit stop was horrendously slow for some reason. As you see there,
there's Phil in the background. Look, that's Phil behind Stealth Sloth, and Stealth Sloth struggling. He's got the damage, don't forget, from Argent's incident. Him and Argent both carrying damage. Now, does Argent pit? He surely has to.
Yeah, he'd be mad if he doesn't. And he does, I think.
He's not.
No,
He's not. He's staying out. Well, that's a brave move on lap 14 of 20. He's got Phil 2.9 behind him, who is chasing him down. He's got Nicky 10 seconds behind him. DJ Phil is going to be hunting down. No, Nicky's dropped it on his own! At the final bend, he's had a huge moment! And he lights up the rear wheels to get it going. He's got 40 seconds back to don't know, mate.
This is probably why Arjun has stayed out. Probably why he stayed out. He was hoping that others would make mistakes. If he's got a damaged car that's stable, he should be able to get to the end.
Phil, gaining on Arjun. Sorry, Dan, what was you saying?
If he just stays on track, he should be alright. He knows DJ Phil will probably catch him, but that's about it.
You cannot make this up. Nicky has just dropped it on his own. And Arjun is struggling out there for pace. Phil is coming, and coming fast. Stops off into the pits. And wow, look at the difference in speed from Arjun to DJ Phil, because Phil is piling that time down. Nicky is some 16 seconds behind once again, and Phil's within a second of Arjun, and Arjun is going to be helpless to defend this from Phil. Start qualified P12. He's going to be fourth on his 100th race. What a drive!
Yeah, what a drive. He's just stayed out of trouble, kept himself to himself, and he's coming back to take a fantastic position for him, DJ Phil. He's on the move. He's going to get past Arjun. Arjun's trying to fight it, but it's probably
running outside 130R, a bit like Alonso.
Oh, that would be some stuff from Phil, but no. Arjun goes really wide.
Yeah, and he comes back onto the track, and he's still ahead of Phil at the moment. He's got to yield a bit of time there, you'd imagine, but Phil, look, he's pretty much pushing him down this last corner. Stolzloff is out the pit lane then. Where's Nicky? Arjun's on the grass, and that's going to be Phil, who goes up to P4. And look at the difference in speed, Dan. He's got 13 seconds to Nicky on lap 16, and is that Mays? Mays is round! And another mistake from Mays Gamer. Does that give the win? Oh my days, you cannot make this up! Can Phil get a podium?
Oh, he's got Stolzloff here and Mays going round. Can DJ Phil get himself
on his 100th appearance? You can't write this stuff. That's Bryn, that's don't know mate round at the top of the hill. He's round as well. Can he get it back going? God. Hopefully so. Where's Arjun to Nicky? That's about 11 seconds. Has Smoky Devil just won this race?
The gap between Joe and Phil is coming down. It's now 7 seconds when it was 10. Joe, what are you playing at, boy? You got a podium. Just keep it smooth.
And Joe led this race. Joe led this race, then dropped to third after a spin, then span and dropped back down to sixth, and he's now back third. This is how much this race is back and forth, ebbing and flowing, topsy-turvy as you like. Phil qualified 12th and could win this. The gap is could get third here. The gap is 8 seconds, but Joe could make another mistake into 130R. Runs the curb. Steady as you go, Joe. Oh my days.
To be so careful now. He's got to be so careful. This is turning into a mad race. Just when people making mistakes. Nicky is within 10 seconds of Arjun now. So he's bringing that gap down to Arjun. Arjun not obviously going to be able to stick with DJ Phil, but DJ Phil keeping it consistent in the 50s is allowing him to get through the pack.
Upping it to a 47 there, and it is allowing him to get through the pack. He's just doing his job, is DJ Phil, and sticking it out to the end. What a job. Joe then, 23 seconds behind Mays Game at 8 seconds now to DJ Phil. Evil Scotsman, emo guy in the chat. Go on, Smokey, he says, cheering on his fellow Scotsman in there as well, who's 6 seconds up the road from Mays, who keeps making mistakes. But Phil currently fourth. The gap to Nicky and Arjun, though, is coming down. Spoon, I can't remember where that was. Is that Spoon Corner for Smoky Devil?
Oh yeah, he's in Spoon. He's in Spoon.
So Smoky Devil about to start lap 18. I think the only people on the lead laps is up to Don't Know Mate, I do believe. Not quite sure. No, Don't Know Mate's a lap down.
Nicky.
Who's that who's had another moment? Someone off at Spoon. Oh, Stolzloff again. He's had a terrible night. Smithy could gain on Stolzloff in this one. But so far, the gap Phil to Argent. Has Phil had a mistake? He's lost a couple of seconds. No, gap Phil to Argent 5 seconds. That's going up a bit more. But he's just losing out time to Joe now. But Nicky is bringing that gap down to Argent. And we don't know where to look at the minute because at any one time, one of the leaders could just drop it into the gravel.
It's all Mercedes, all making mistakes. It's still Mercedes top 5.
Yeah.
But Nicky, the only man who's not Mercedes, on the lead lap, trying to hunt them down. And he's just not doing enough. He's now got the gap to 4 seconds to Argent, so it's going to catch him right at the end.
If we had one of them Amazon predictor things, like they have on the F1, for when they're going to catch him, I predict he'll catch him on the last lap. And what Murray Walker once said that he's got to stop because he's got a lump in his throat when Damon Hill won the title. We may have to stop because we may have a lump in our throat because this race has just been absolutely chaotic.
They're going to have to put me in hospital and have another heart attack.
Base gamer then, round he comes, takes that second Degner a bit too quick, and as he's kept hold of that, I thought he was going to lose the rear end again there. I know Joe's a bit far behind, but geez, the gap, Argent Nicky 2 seconds.
It's there, it's coming down. Nicky can see Argent now. But Smithy as well starting to catch onto the back of Self-Soft. Matt had to get a drink because he's struggling with his voice. But again, I don't know where to look. Rabbit Joe's currently on his own, but DJ Phil on his own as well. So I think that fight is kind of ended between those two. Unless Joe has a big moment. It's this fight we really need to keep an eye on now between Argent and Nicky. Nicky who's in that 1 second now.
Argent can count his chickens here that Don't Know Mate's a lap down, because if Don't Know Mate was on the lead lap and a bit closer instead of the 54 seconds he is behind Nicky, he could lose out to 6th place. Nicky on double points for a 5th place will want all the points he can get, but at the minute it is Argent who's going to drop to 6th. Top 6 can't qualify for the second race, let's not forget. As he's wide again here, 18 people watching, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new, and look at the run Nicky got. That Mercedes has got no pace, even the Renault's going to outdrag it, and into Spoon they come. Nicky P5 on double points, Argent 6th, and flying the flag solo is Nicky tonight for Team Pro Laps, trying to gain as many points as he can. Well, he's beating one of the Forever Forward boys on the double points. Let me just take a look here at what Nicky's going to score compared to Forever Forward. So Nicky for a P5 will get 11. So that's 22 points for the first race. Joe's going to get 15 for third. Argent's going to get 10 for second. So Nicky on his own at the minute will outscore Team Pro Laps by some 6 points. Plus Nicky's 15 onto that. I think they'll have the constructors' lead by the end of this first race, but we'll have to wait and see. Drop scores get worked out at the end of the night, so they probably won't have. Because obviously I'll have to do the drop scores at the end of the night. Smithy moving out the way of Rabbit Joe, and Dean coming around to lap Smithy as well. But this man, Dan, he made a couple of mistakes early on, and since the midpoint of the race, he's not put a foot wrong.
What you got to do, you got to keep smooth and consistent. You got to keep going, never give up. And Smokey is now in the position to take the first win of the night. Really didn't see Smokey other than the practice session where we saw him at his best, really. Qualifying looked a bit horrendous, and obviously with the penalty as well, really didn't look his way, but he's managed to fight his way through, and here he is leading the race and looking to take the first win of the night.
Looking to take the first win of the night and looking in good form. That Mercedes end has done him good. Maze Gamer, I don't know what to say. Quick as always, but just struggling for that bit of consistency at times. He's dropped it, and when you said, Dan, at this point when he was 5 points something behind, he's in this one. He was all right under investigation by the stewards, but he was in this one, and then he's just made too many mistakes, Dan.
He has made just one too many mistakes, and that's just allowed Smokey to benefit from that. Rabbit Joe, another one who's made mistakes and just lost the opportunity for a win.
Dean trying to gain big points. Dean, he could have gained big points and would have needed that for the constructors' title. Dean just trying to gain on the back of Welshie. That gap is, oh no, it's Welshie, sorry, trying to gain on the back of Dean, but I think Welshie's had a moment because Dean is past him and got the gap up. Dean in 8th place. He's some 15-20 seconds behind. Don't know, mate, then. But DJ Phil starts his last lap of his 100th race. What a driver. What a guy. What an inspiration. And saying that, actually, to be fair, in the Pro-Am, we've actually got Nicky gaining on his 50th appearance. This will be race 45 and 46 for Nicky. So Nicky will make his 50th at Bathurst. So, you know, good time to be there, really, I suppose. But for DJ Phil, what a night. 100th appearance. Disappointed in qualifying last. But then to come through and finish P4. And what a night for the team, Dan. double points for both drivers, and a first and a fourth.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from them. Smokey really benefited from it. DJ Phil doing a brilliant job on his 100th race as well. So awesome stuff from them. But Smokey is going to take the first win here tonight as he goes through 130R. And Matt, as you always do, let's bring her home.
He's going to bring it round the final bend. A few mistakes early on, but he's been brilliant in this second half of this first race. It's going to be the win. He's now the bride in this one. And Smokey Devil wins here at Sakitto. Great stuff from him. Maze Gamer takes a good second place. The man who we didn't think was going to be on the podium at one stage of the night, he's coming up to 130R. He's got 9 seconds to fill. I'm not going to say he's third because he could absolutely bottle it. Don't know, mate, crossing the line for 7th place. He can qualify in the next one. He's been making time up on Argent as well. He's made some 10 seconds over the last 2 laps. Rabbit Joe then through 130R. Get through this little kink. So I've seen drivers lose it here, so I'm not going to say that you've done it yet, Joe. But round he comes now, and it is going to be a P3 for the Rabbit. What a night he's had. This man, Dean Wasaki, will be kicking himself. Was third at the beginning of this race, and he's now going to come home for P8. Smithy's going to get a P10. But this man, 100 appearances and a 4th place. What a job for DJ Phil.
Brilliant stuff for DJ Phil. Nicky coming home in that 5th place position. Not the night that he would have started away, but 5th place nonetheless, outscoring Argent. So, Nicky, behave yourself. As Argent coming back across the line with a crippled car to take 6th place. Welshie nearly crashed into the back of him there, but Arjun comes home with that 6th place position, won't be able to qualify, and Welshie will finish in 9th place.
Stealth retired there at the end of that race again. Stealth, just get to the end, mate. Just get to the end, you know. Don't retire, just get to the end, because that could be a big rule change coming next year in terms of people retiring. Fastest lap of the race. Look at how many drivers was in the 44s. But it goes the way of Smokey Devil with a 1:44.536. Yes.
Wow, so he takes fastest lap and pole and race win, so he maximises on points there.
Yeah, so what a night. So it's Smokey Devil from Maze Gamer, Rabbit Joe, DJ Phil, Nicky, Argent. They cannot qualify for race 2. Don't know, mate, Dean, Welshie, Smithy, Stealth Sloth and Duckbar can all qualify for the second race of the evening. We'll be right back in about 5 minutes time. Excuse me, do not go anywhere. Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the top 3 in the commentary box. We've lost Sloth. He's got a work call, so we're down to the 11 drivers tonight. Just going to quickly run you through the championships. Now, I have done KLF's drop score early because we get into that back end of the season and this goes down for the Constructors' title. So, Maze Gamer leads the way, 25 points ahead of KLF. But that's obviously after Kelly's drop score. Maze will obviously pull away a bit more in this second race. Argent, 41 points behind Maze Gamer. Joe, 61 behind Maze Gamer. Nicky, the last person who's mathematically still up for the title, is 84 points behind Maze and has a second race to make up for what he lost in the first one. Smoky Devil goes up to P6 in the standings but cannot now win the title. Neither can Welshie or Smith, who drops to P7 and 8. DJ Phil down in up to 9th place ahead of Don't Know Mate in 10th. Stealth Sloth drops to 11th and is missing from that one, so you imagine Don't Know Mate will be able to pull away a little bit. Dean on double points, 12th, ahead of Ukbar now in that one with Alfie and Holty, the bottom 2. Forever Forward Racing then, after Kelly's drop score, have a Constructors' title lead of 7 points going into this round. So Team Prolapse have closed the gap a little bit as Dean has a huge off there. DJ Motorsport are now sitting 3rd place thanks to the Smoky Devil and DJ Phil double points. They are some 195 behind the Constructors leader and cannot win the Constructors' Championship, depending on what they do in this race. If they have another 1st and 4th with their double points, could put them back in a good position, but at the minute cannot win it. Team Prolassi is still 4th in the Constructors' Championship. Brilliant for Maze Gamer on his own all season to be that far ahead, but MC Motorsport are gaining. AA 3D Printing, Team Cool Runnings and Ironbury Racing having a good little battle of their own, as is the Flying Dutchman at the bottom. And we'll start with 3rd place Joe. And Joe, what an up and down race for yourself, mate. Leading it, drop to 3rd, drop to 6th, back to 3rd.
Yeah, it was all over the place. I knew from practice not to touch the curbs, but I kept touching the curbs and losing it. So I'm happy to get where I am. And to be honest, I didn't even expect a 3rd with how this track felt in the long run.
How was it in the long run then? You say you didn't expect it in the long run, you didn't feel comfortable. How was it for you?
It was hard on the tyres and I felt a lot of understeer going through some of the corners, so I was just trying to constantly adapt to that and not go wide into the gravel or spin from it. So I managed to eventually just learn where I need to brake, and it got a bit more consistent, still with the odd mistake. Too many mistakes for my liking, but it turned out alright overall.
Now you go into this one, obviously tight battle with Team Prolapse in the Constructors' title. You as a team Forever Forward are looking for your 3rd consecutive title. What's the pressure on now with Nicky on double points? Does that mean you Argent obviously finishing behind Nicky, you finishing just in front of him? What pressure does that give you for the championship?
Just try and ride it out as well as we can, get as many team points, but try not to think about the pressure because I'm not very good under pressure. So I just have fun and see what happens.
Well, we'll leave you to it, buddy. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We've got Maze Gamer in as well, and Maze, another Mercedes that had a lot of problems with just keeping it on the track. What was the issue?
The only issue was, firstly, I didn't have any practice, so I was just discovering the curves and stuff that Joe just talked about. And the problem is that the tires were at the limit between the softs and the hards. So I tried the hards, it was bad, and tried the soft. After 3 laps, it was bad. So I just tried to manage the soft.
Good second place though for yourself, more points in the championship as well for that championship win and that promotion to the pro group. Just doing what you can, I suppose.
Yeah, well, just trying my best and always looking forward to try and beat Fury's record.
Yeah, that record's gone now. You can only get 12 wins in the season, but championship still firmly on.
Yeah.
What can you do race 2, buddy?
We'll just try to avoid mistakes and try to overtake as much cars as I can.
Well, we wish you the best of luck.
Thanks. Thank you.
Cheers, bud. And we've got Smoky Devil in. Now, by my reckoning on the sheet, that's your first win. I thought you won a race in Season 2, but according to the stats in front of me, that's your first win. Well, you finally broke the curse of always being on the podium, mate. Well done.
Just eventually came and won.
Now, you texted me before the night saying, can you take your double points? A track you obviously felt quite confident with. And it looked it tonight. Few mistakes early on, but good second half of the race.
It was just getting used to it. It was just tyre management. As I say, after the first couple of laps, the softs were pretty burnt out, so it's just a matter of managing the tyres through the rest of the race. You know what I mean?
How was the car out there overall?
It was alright. It was just going out turn, I think it's through about turn 5, and you're just coming up over the hill through the S's, coming up over there. That's when it just wants to spin right round. So that's where you just got to be careful.
Now, double points for you and your teammate tonight. It's put you third in the Constructors' title as well. That's obviously not on the table for you guys this year, but a good third place to say that you came in late in the season. The season got off to a bit of a slow start for both you and Phil, but it's starting to come together now.
Oh, I'm really happy with where we are in the Constructors, so I'm considering how late I came into the season as well. So I'm happy with that.
What can you do race 2, buddy?
It's just a matter of keeping out the top, keeping out Abby's mistakes, and just hopefully I don't get caught up in anything.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, mate.
Alright, cheers.
Cheers, buddy. So a first win there for Smoky Devil according to the records, and we've got a pole position at the minute of Dean Wasaki Dan, and him and Bryn 3 tenths, him and Don't Know Mate, 3 tenths between the pair of them, so a little personal battle there. Obviously them two know each other in the real world, but 3 tenths of a second, who could do it? Ukbar not yet set a lap time, but it is green and green on his sectors, and Welshie green in middle sector as Ukbar goes P5. Can Welshie improve on this lap? Smithy in the pits. He's got time to get out for one more flyer. Here comes Welshie, Dan. No improvement.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting race, this one, as now we've got Dean and Don't Know Mate obviously currently setting the pace at the precise moment. The likes of Smokey, Maze and Joe are going to have to be cautious as they come through the pack. Nicky as well, he's going to be right in that mid-pack fight as they come down into turn 1. So we had a couple of spinners around the back of the start of race 1, so these guys now at the front. It's going to be interesting to see how the first 2 corners go and how quickly can the faster guys cook their way through. Or will they keep making mistakes and allow one of these back runners to eventually have a chance to go for it? The shame we couldn't get self-soft in. I really don't think Smithy is going to get back out. I reckon that's his best. But unless he proves me wrong and comes out now. But Don't Know Mate comes towards the line. Does he improve? Oh, so close. I think it's going to be a fight between Dean and Don't Know Mate. But Ukbar was on the pace earlier on, so maybe Ukbar could throw a pole position towards the Janetta. He was,
and he's got a personal best in Sector 1 as well, so he's going for it at the moment as he comes round towards Sector 2 at the end of Spoon. And that Janetta, Dean's gone back to the pit, so Dean is done. So provisional pole at the minute, he's going to come back out. Dean has not got enough time to get another lap in here. Dean is done. It's Ukbar then, who goes green Sector 2 as well, so personal best, 11 seconds down on the time. You imagine to get a pole position, you need a purple sector in there somewhere. As the Janetta got enough. Can he put it on the front row? Can he split? Excuse me, Don't Know Mate, who's gone back to the pits as well. So he's done. Dean done. It will be Ukbar Welshie. Straight shootout for pole. And Ukbar's going to get one last run in here. Welshie also might get one last lap in. Ukbar to improve on his time. He does and goes P4. Does Welshie improve? Not by the time sectors I'm seeing on my screen.
He was a little bit twitchy.
Oh, he does?
He does improve. He goes third.
Wow! Game on! Welshie for pole!
He's got one more lap, and let's see if he can nail the lap down. Dean obviously now gone out on track. He won't get a time in. So it's really between Ukbar and Welshie for pole position. Dean obviously come back out. This is out lap, and he just won't have time to get round.
No, he won't. Welshie then. Half a second needed for pole. I'm looking at the phone. I'm looking at the screen. Ukbar comes through Sector 1. It's green again for Ukbar at the moment. Up on his Delta once again, as is Welshie. Was that, or was that Ukbar's? No, Welshie comes through. He's a 10th down. And white in the middle sector means no improvement there.
Yeah, what's nice is they're both similarly on track, so I can keep an eye on both of them as they go through each sector. So Ukbar looking like he's got this lap under control at this precise minute, but I don't want to curse him. Welshie trying to hunt him down. Can he get this pole position? Can either of these two do? Dean obviously out in front of these two, but not going to set a resentful lap time as the session has ended. So Dean currently on pole position at this precise minute, but can Ukbar and Welshie take this away from him? Ukbar down towards the second sector. He's up 7/10, so he's found the time. Can he nail the final sector now?
This is going to be all important. What about Welchie? He was a 10th down in the middle sector. He's 2/10 up. Can he find some more time in sector 3? Can this be a pole lap for Welchie? Ukbar then rounds the final bend out to 130R. He comes to the line. What's it going to be for the Flying Dutchman?
Oh, what is Ukbar going to do? Can he take pole position for the Ginetta towards the line?
He does! He goes pole position! And what does Welchie do?
Oh, what does Welshie do? What do he take it away? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's still P4 for Welchie. It is P4 for Welchie. The Flying Dutchman gets his second pole of the season. And for Dean, you have to say, and for Don't Know Mate, that they was not on the track at the right time. And they will drop to second and third. But what a qualifying lap there from Welchie and the Flying Ukbar to get that pole position. So it's Ukbar from Dean, from Don't Know Mate, Welchie, Smithy, Nicky May, Smokey, Argent, Rabbit Joe at the back. No Stove Sloth for this one, but that is another pole position for Ukbar this season. His second pole position, and that'll move him up the list onto 2 with many a driver on 2 pole positions. But the most important thing is it gives the Ginetta a 9th pole position overall in the overall standings. The Mercedes-Benz AMG is on 43 race wins for Pro-Am, so that's gaining on 50 as well. The Ginetta now goes above it goes above the Audi for pole positions. That's quite crazy to think. That one then, Audio Sport, I could have won that one. Well done, Phil, says Kelly then in the chat. Dan, take us through the grid.
Well, like you said, Ukbar gets in his second pole position of this season, and well done to him for making the Ginetta's 9th pole position. But he's on pole position with Dean Mazzocchi on the front way with him, with Don't Know Mate in 3rd and Welshie making the 2nd row. Then it's going to be Smithy in 5th with Nicky in 6th place position, and Mays start of the Mercedes with the Smoky Devil right behind him, Argent in 9th, DJ Phil rounding off row 5, and right at the back is Rabbit Joe. At this precise moment, I don't know if Joe's in the right place or the wrong place right now. It's so tricky here at Sakitto. Turn 1 so fast, so quick. We've seen a couple of the guys who are at the front now, a couple of them lose it a little bit. But I think the one to keep an eye on tonight could be Don't Know Mate for race 2. He looked a lot more solid. Keep an eye on him. But if I were to make a prediction for the race winner, I'm going to be boring, and I'm going to say Mays.
I'm going to go Smoky Devil.
No, I changed my mind. I'll go Nicky. I'm going Nicky.
Yeah, I think if Nicky gets out in front, I think it'll be hard for the guys to overtake him. I'm going to say Smokey, but you're right, Don't Know Mate. An Ukbar could be out there for a 2nd or 1st race win of the season. What can Welshie and Dean do as well? We're syncing up now then, Dan. Round 20 is about to get underway. There is 5 races left of this Pro-Am season. The championships are on the line. Reverse grid time. Go, it's Sakitto, and Dean and Welchie get an absolute belter of a start, as does Smithy towards turn 1. Dean's already in the lead. Welchie's attacking the Ginetta up the inside into turn 1. There you go. And Welchie tucks him behind and cannot get it done. But Dean leads this race, and the top 5 all through, in fact, everybody through relatively unscathed. Dean and Ukbar are off, and that's the end of the race lead. And Welchie now takes the lead with Don't Know Mate 2nd. Smithy just losing 3rd to Maze Gamer. Maze Gamer's on his way at the moment. Phil, Smokey, what's happened here? Phil, Smokey, Argent and Joe forever forward, and DJ Motorsport have had a huge incident.
Oh no, that's really going to annoy Argent and Joe, because now Nicky's on the move towards the back of Maze. But it is Welshie from Don't Know Mate, from Maze, from Nicky, from Smithy who lead the way. DJ Phil at 6th place in his 101th appearance. Ukbar in 7th, Dean Wasocki in 8th, and Smokey.
Yeah, I think no, that's Dean off. I think Dean's got big damage.
and 11th is Argent. So not the start for them, but look at Mays, he's on the move.
He is on the move, and he's going to look up the inside at Spoon, and Don't Know Mate tries to close the door, but Mays is already there. And Mays!
Oh.
How is it? Oh, Nicky's hit the side of him, and you couldn't make it up, Dan. And Nicky and Mays, the 2 title challenges are off. Ugbar comes through. There's DJ Phil. Where's Argent? Smithy's third. Don't Know Mate stays second. Mays lost it on his own and span in front of Nicky. And huge damage, Dan.
Nicky's got big damage, so's Dean. So that's Nicky, not the double points he would have wanted. That was not his fault. Mays dropping it all on his own. And that was it. He got him caught up. Welsh leads this race, and Don't Know Mate in second place. Smithy in third.
Yeah.
Fourth is DJ Phil. And Ugbar is, Ugbar's in
Ugbar's fifth. Yeah, Ugbar's back up to 5th place. Then it's Joe. Then it's Argent. Then it's Dean. Mays has dropped it. Oh, wow. Mays Gamer into the pits. I think Nicky's coming in the pits as well. But Mays Gamer's dropped it once again.
This has thrown this race wide open, completely wide open. These boys just need to stay consistent now. Welshie, Don't Know Mate and Smithy are all in a brilliant opportunity to take good points here. They just need to stay smooth, they need to stay consistent, because the championship contenders are out. This Ugbar is at a spin, so he's lost out
Joe's
now.
just got past him for P5 and Smoky Devil P5 and 6. Sorry, Ugbar down to 7th. But what can you say about Sakitto? I hope you pro boys, if you're watching, are taking notes
nervous.
because this Argent well off at Degner 1 and rejoins. But how much is that going to hurt him? Nicky Mays is coming out of the pits. He's not even finished his first lap yet, is Mays Gamer.
He's now coming out. He had a little wiggle on exit. Neither is Nicky. They both finally come out. But Welshie leads this race from Don't Know Mate, from Smithy in 3rd place position. DJ Phil currently in 4th. Smoky Devil, could he do the London buses tonight? Could he take 2 wins tonight? That's the question. He could possibly do it, but he's got Rabbit Joe breathing down his neck, and Ugbar's not too far behind either. So
I'd love to hear you
depends how
mention.
much Devil.
I'd love to hear you mention the London buses to Argent right now.
He'll want to forget this round. He knew Kelly wouldn't be here, and at the minute Kelly is might be rubbing his hand thinking this is absolute.
Oh, who's that? Who's that?
That's Argent.
Oh, he hasn't. He has. He's gone round on the exit at 130R. He's spun again. He cannot get it going. Argent's off. It's P9.
Oh my god. Oh, not the night that Argent could ask for right now.
He's in the pits, Dan.
Oh, that must be major damage on the front of that car. Major damage.
I think Mays has had another off because Nicky's just got past him and there's a dot that doesn't look like it's quite moving, and I think Mays has made another mistake in this race.
Oh my god.
Welshie, Don't Know Mate, Smithy, what a top 3 this could be.
It could be an awesome top 3 right now. I think Ugbar's just lost a little bit of time. The problem is these DJ boys have got to try and clear Smithy, and Smithy's not the easiest person to overtake. He's very good at defending and holding his line. And Gary's given him a little bit of word to be a bit more aggressive when he defends, and he's definitely done that. So can he do it again here? He's in a brilliant opportunity to score more points. Another podium is on the bag here for Smithy.
Audio Sport Kelly in the chat. I am Dan. Kelly, get yourself a little gin or a vodka or something because you've earned it, mate. You've not even been here and you've earned it. Phil has a slide. How? Oh, he's lost it. He's gone. Phil has gone into the wall. Doesn't look too bad. He looks like he's got away with it. But every time a guy spins behind Smithy, he's extending. Welshie and Don't Know Mates 1-2. What a night this could be. I think Sakitto ought to be on the calendar next year. I think we need to bring Sakitto back.
Just calm down, we're not to the end yet. Welshie's still into this race and Don't Know Mate in 2nd, Smithy in 3rd, but Smoky Devil is starting to hunt him down a little bit in the Porsche. The dirty air is what seems to be throwing people off a little bit, I think. I think that's what's causing people out.
And this, for the pro drivers, Dan, is something that you all need to keep an eye on for tomorrow night. Don't get too close to a car. And we talk about it in F1. Oh, it's boring when they can't pass them because of the dirty air. Well, we may have a bit of an F1 race on our hands tomorrow night. Smoky Devil got all out of shape. Sooty, come on, Smithy, lad, he says in the chat. He's doing us proud at the minute. He's my teammate for next year. Pit at the minute. Argent well behind Mays, who's just behind Nicky. My hands are on fire, says Audio Sport. I bet him and Ailey are jumping up and down, and Nicky's made a mistake and Mays is through.
Oh my god, the top guys are all making the mistakes right now. It's not going the way they would want.
Look at Smithy defending here from Smokey. What a brilliant job this is. And this, Dan, all helps Don't Know Mate and Wilshire to pull that gap a little bit further.
Yeah, they've got that buffer. These two in the lead just need to take their time now. They know Smithy's not going to be quick. Oh, Smithy, no!
No! He's had a spin. He's not hit anybody, thankfully.
Oh.
But he's had a moment. Rabbit Joe! He's had another spin as well. He's had a huge one. And that's going to give Phil another place. It's going to put Smithy back up a place. It's going to give Dean a place. No! Dean in the wall avoiding Joe. Oh, my days. What is going off? Sakitto on the calendar for next season, damn right.
Matt's absolutely loving this, and we're loving it because at the minute, Don't Know Mate's crawled.
Oh, who's that? No, he's in the wall. Oh, Don't Know Mate. You couldn't script this. Welsh has a 4-second lead.
Fury in the comments saying that he's scared for tomorrow. Don't know, mate. If I was him, I'd be coming into the pits. I think Smokey could be in a very good shout here for a double win here tonight.
I'm sweating, Dan. I'm sweating.
Jesus Christ, mate. You're not in the car.
Dan,
You're just watching the race.
I'm sweating. I'm sat in my chair and sweating.
Guys, we need someone to bring a heart pumper for Matt. He's currently just losing his will at the minute.
This is brilliant.
Oh, Don't Know Mate is suffering with
He's got
a little
damage.
bit of damage.
Yeah, he's got some damage here.
Yeah.
Pit window opens this lap, Dan, as well, so it's good time for him to get in the pits. And I'd let Smokey go here because you've got the damage. He's going to get through, and a bit of a tap.
I don't think that was intentional. I think that was just because
I think the damage. He's got suspension damage. He's all over the place, look, but Smokey gets away with one, you have to say.
Ugbar's right there now, and I think Ugbar's just caught the back of him. I think Don't Know Mate, with the damage that he's suffering, he's just struggling to keep it on track. Nick Fury says in the comments, I want to go home, laughing emoji. And sadly, mate, we've already paid for your ticket to get to Japan, so you're here and you're stuck here now.
Don't Know Mate's on the grass again. Oh, and he gets a tap from Ugbar. But Don't Know Mate was on the grass and struggling. He is really struggling with suspension damage. He can get that into the pits, though. Welsh's got an 8-second lead. Beth, hey, can you stop shouting, please? No. DJ Phil Green, 6th place. What can he do tonight? Smokey Devil 2nd from Welsh, who's 8.6 seconds up the road, and he's flying at the moment. What's happened to Mays? He's a minute 20 behind Argent.
What has happened to Mays? I don't see him anywhere. Where is he? He's in the wall. Mays
is he a lap down? Is he a lap down?
I think he might be, you know.
He's a lap down to Argent.
No, he is now.
No, he's 2 laps down. Go on him. He's on lap 4. Look, top middle of your screen, lap 4. Mays is 2 laps down.
Mays is losing big points. Kelly must be loving this.
Gary in the chat, evening lads. Simplay the place to race. Smithy head down, mate. All right, Gary, lads. Sutty, Gary is right. He's gone. He's gone. Championship leader gone.
Kelly, who's 2nd in the championship, not here. Argent and Joe at the back of the pack. Oh my god, Smokey Devil on double points is in 2nd place. If he takes another win and fastest lap, he must have wished he would started this season from the start.
He'd be up there. I think he'd be right in a contention for promotion to pro here. He's 7.8 off the back of Welshie. Lapping a bit slower, but at that moment we don't know, mate, who's in the pits. Dean not yet pitted. But I tell you what, game on in this championship, because with Mays Gamer not scoring points here, Kelly's night has got better and better.
Yeah, it has. He's gained points on him at this point, and to be honest, I want to give a shout out to the DJ Motorsport boys. They've got double points, and they've really excelled here tonight. They've really thrown themselves in the championship hunt. Forever Forward as well, not really scoring well. Rabbit Joe in 6th and Argent down in 10th. They'll gain points on them. I know it's a big gap to them, but still, if they keep performing like this at every round, Fuji and Bathurst, there's still big points to gain.
What a shame Smokey Devil wasn't here from the start of the season, because it could be a three-way fight for the Constructors' title, and taking points off Pro Laps and Forever Forward from the get-go could have been interesting. Welshie then, round in the corner.
Lap times.
He's got a 7.2 gap to Smokey, but Smokey's going to be pulling that gap down. The Lambo's good round here, but the Merc of Smokey looked good as well in race 2. Ukbar is on the podium. Smithy currently sitting P4 from Phil. Joe, Dean, don't know mate, Nicky and Argent as Rabbit Joe comes into the pits at the end of lap 6. Bring on tomorrow night.
Fury says, fine Dan, I'll see you tomorrow on track. Should be interesting, with a sweating emoji and a rainbow emoji as well. I don't know if I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. I was looking forward to racing here. I've tested the Porsche as well, and it's a little bit as happy around here. So
I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's going to be my first night back on a wheel as well. So might be a bit of a sketchy night, but this man's doing everything right so far. I don't want to curse him right now, because it'd be nice to see Welshie take a race win. And Smokey Devil will be trying to hunt him down and try and do the double and get 2 wins in one night. But right now, Welshie is doing everything he possibly can in that Lamborghini.
He's doing everything, and he's doing everything right at the minute. Smithy from Phil for 4th and 5th. Dean still in that pit lane, as don't know mate then is coming round, as I think is that Nicky coming round as well. Yep, so Nicky's going to gain an extra place. Can Argent gain an extra place? I think he will, because Dean's still not away yet. So Argent's going to gain an extra place on Dean, and more points for Nicky on the double. More points for Forever Forward there by going up to 9th place. Dean down in 10th on his double points tonight, but you know, what a poor season Dean's had. He's not been the same. He's been poor, good Oscherslaben, poor since then as well. So Dean needs to look to next year, and he needs to look to next year hard as well, as don't know mate then and Nicky battling it out as they're coming through the S's now. Nicky will be patient. Dean's only just come out of the pits. Wow.
Dean yet seeking, from what we've heard rumoured, Dean could have a better season next season. I personally think the car has really let him down this season. The SLS is an absolute animal.
Yeah, I think the car, Dan, but I think at times himself as well has let him down.
Well,
as here goes Phil.
DJ Phil right onto the back of Smithy. These two battling out earlier on in race 1 as well. So these two giving it a good fight right now. But I think Welshie's made a mistake somewhere, because he's lost
he lost a second to Smokey on the last lap. I was just about to say, Dan, Ukbar up the road, and Welshie lost a second to Smokey last lap. Ukbar only up the road just a little bit, so what can these boys do? Nicky, Don, don't know mate, Nicky, Argent, all starting to get together on the track. Joe's only just up the road. We know Joe's got a mistake or two in him as well, as DJ Phil then and Smithy here can see Ukbar, but can't get quite close enough to him yet. 3 seconds is that gap.
Ukbar's got damage to the front of his car. He's got no light, and he's a little bit squirrely.
Oh, he's got 2 lights on my screen, but yeah, no, he looks fine on my screen.
On mine, he's got no left light on mine.
Oh, interesting. I wonder if he's carrying a bit of damage, because he did have a bit of a wiggle coming through the second Degner as he was straightening up to go back uphill, but I wonder if that's the problem. Well, she's gapped to Smokey Devil a little bit here through Spoon. Phil attacking again.
Yeah, Smithy just needs to stay smooth and consistent as he's going. He's doing really well at the minute. Just keep it nice and smooth, mate. You're doing a fantastic job. Just keep it on track. DJ Phil behind you. They're both one of those, like you said, Matt, earlier on. These two fighters say themselves are not the fastest drivers, but they're the most consistent at times.
And they get to the end.
They're always there when you need them to be. And at the minute, if one of the leaders at the minute makes a mistake, these two in the front. Whoa!
Phil,
right
like Fernando Alonso round the outside at 130R. What a manoeuvre for Phil! As who's that? Smithy's coming in, and as is Ukbar. What a move! What a move!
He kept getting track limits as well. That was mad.
Fury, you know that move at season I gave you at Daytona? I'm taking it back.
Definitely the Pro-Am move of the season.
Oh my God, that was filth. Argent, then we're on Argent.
I'm just watching back on the stream. I'm just gonna have to look at it again, and he just goes right.
And like you say, he kept it in the track limits.
He kept it in track limits.
Brilliant.
DJ Phil, 101 races, and he pulls a move like that.
Now this is going to be tight. Ukbar coming out, Smithy coming out, Joe coming down the straight. This is a short run to turn 1. Is Smithy and Ukbar going to stay ahead of Joe? Yes, they are. Joe's back in that dirty air, and every time we've seen Joe in dirty air, we've seen that rear end step out and go round. So Joe then needs to stay steady, needs to be patient here. Smithy gained a second over Ukbar in the pits because that gap's down to 2, 1.5 maybe, so he may have half the gap as Joe then goes up the inside of Smithy, and we keep picking up Argent at that point, not quite sure why. And I think Joe's got Smithy done. Yes, he has.
Yeah, so Smithy just needs to stick to the back of him. He could make him another mistake at the minute, so he just needs to stick onto the back of him. We've got Don't Know Mate on the back of Argent, but Argent I think is past Don't Know Mate.
Yeah, Nicky and Argent's got past him.
So yeah, we just need to keep an eye on Joe. He might make another mistake, which allows Smithy to gain a position.
Audio Sport and the Evil Scotsman. Some move, Phil. My hat is off to you there, Phil, says the Evil Scotsman. And some move, Phil, says Audio Sport.
Do you know what? I reckon Phil at this precise minute is in a position for a podium.
Yeah. No, 100%. I think now he's got the clear air, Dan. He's got the time and the pace to up. Oh, what's happened there? Argent! Someone's off. Oh, it's Don't Know Mate! No! Don't Know Mate off, and he was recovering! And Welshie caught him out! Smokey could be on for the lead!
Oh, no.
I said there was a car off, and then you heard it. There was a car off, and you heard it revving.
And I think Don't Know Mate might have done a reset, because that car suddenly just appeared there. So... oh no, Welshie, that might have been taken away. His car doesn't look that damaged on my screen. I don't know what it's like on yours.
No, it doesn't look too bad on my screen either. That could be a pit stop at the end of this lap, though. It was a big wallop, but it could be a pit stop. Oh, I think Argent dropped it as well, you know, because Argent's lost some time to Nicky. Who's that slow? No, he's dropped it now. Oh, he cannot get close to Nicky. And he's backing off. I'll tell you what, don't back off too much, because Don't Know Mate's behind these and he could come through.
He could come through, but he probably got major damage.
Smokey! Oh!
Well, she's going in the pits.
Coming in, yeah. Well, she's coming in. Oh, look at how tight it was.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I don't know where the look. Don't Know Mate now is onto the back of him. Welshie is going to be fuming right now.
Yeah, he is, but Smokey Devil's still got a bit of flash of the lights for Welshie there. He's obviously listening to the stream. But what a shame.
Right.
What
Hopefully
a shame.
He hasn't got too much damage, or the damage is sustainable enough for him to kind of carry on going. Where's Ukbar?
So DJ Motorsport 1-2 at the moment, Dan.
It is. So Ukbar currently just in the final sector, so he should have enough of a gap to Welshie.
Oh, it's not bad. Yeah, it's not too bad for Welshie. It's not too bad. So Welshie can make up this time now and hopefully can get the jump on Phil. Maybe Smokey Devil. Could we have a DJ Motorsport 1-2? Nicky is going to want to hunt down Smithy in this title battle for the Constructors. Every point for Nicky counts and the gap's 11 seconds. But my, oh my, oh my, has Sakitto delivered us a treat.
DJ Phil Motorsport lead 1-2 with Smokey Devil in first, DJ Phil in second
on double points.
Oh, wow. Ukbar's had a little bit of a moment. That's going to allow Rabbit Joe to get a little bit closer. Ukbar, hang in there, buddy.
Evil Scotsman in the chat. Smokey, I know you're in Japan, but I need you to not drift like that, buddy. Lol, he says, as Ukbar loses out there. Argent on the grass again. He's going to want to... I'd say he's going to want to get away from Japan as soon as possible, Dan. But we're at Fuji next week, so he's going to have to stay here.
Is this man?
Oh, wait, Argent, whoa!
I think a little bit of frustration is kicking in now. But the one man who will be frustrated at the minute is Welshie, and he'll be so annoyed about Don't Know Mate. But it's not too bad at this precise minute, but Smokey is in. How bad damage is this going to be?
What he's got, though, is a clear track. Good time to get his foot down. Put the pressure back on Smokey. Smokey needs a good stop here, let's not forget. Welshie's coming through Spoon. So from Spoon to the end, it's pretty much flat.
Will lead this race.
Yeah, what a drive. What a night. 100th race, 101st race as well. What a night. Smokey in, out, gone. Job done. Is that the race?
Probably, yeah, unless Smokey makes a mistake, and I don't think he will. He's learned his mistakes from earlier on. Welshie's still coming, though. He's got some speed. He goes through 130R. Smokey will be up to speed sooner. but Welshie just needs to be putting the pressure on, just needs to bring that gap down very, very slowly.
And the minute Welshie starts to put the pressure on, Smokey may come under a bit of pressure himself, but Smokey's tyres have just cooled down a little bit. And he said in the interview, didn't he, that he backed off a bit, and them tyres could cool down for him to get them back up into that second part. Smokey's been fantastic today, as has DJ Phil. Welshie's on for a good second race after a disappointing first one. Joe, though, 8 seconds behind him. The teammates of last year are going to maybe fight at the end of this one. Smithy's now in 6th. He's got Nicky 8 seconds behind, and Nicky's got 32 seconds to Argent. At this moment in time, don't know, mate. It looks like he's had another moment.
Yeah, it looks like he has, and then Dean bringing up the rear as well. So Dean obviously not wanting to give up. He's still keeping it going. As I see a DJ. Smokey's gone wide.
No, that's Phil. That was Smokey. Yeah.
Oh, Smokey, keep it on track, mate. Keep it on track.
Oh, Dan, Sakitto. I think that needs to be on the discussion of back for next season. Argent may not want that one, but I think KB and you might.
Possibly. Rabbit Joe's dropped it somewhere.
Where? He has. He's behind Ukbar. Oh, Joe. He's had a mistake in him tonight. Forever forward. Could not buy the look at the moment. If he makes 2 or 3 more mistakes, Nicky's only 13, 14 seconds off the back of him.
DJ Phil's still going.
Argent's in. He's had Argent in. Argent's in. He's had another mistake. Oh, wow.
He's had another mistake.
Dean's going to pass him. Argent's going to be 10th.
Oh, my God. We have lost the driver as well. Someone has...
Yeah, we lost Maze. We lost Maze, didn't we?
We lost Maze. Yeah, we lost Maze. So, what a night has this turned out to be. And DJ Phil still leads this race ahead of Smokey Devil, who's got quite a gap now to Welshie. I think Welshie not really lost much time there. Not the best of lap. He did a 51.
Yeah, that was his outlap, though, wasn't it? That was his outlap.
True. Very true.
Smokey lost a bit of time behind Dean there. Lost 2 seconds to Welshie on the last lap behind Dean. Welshie 20 seconds off of Phil, so I think Welshie will get the jump on Phil. Ukbar may get the jump on Phil as well. But, yeah, it's only Phil who's left to pit. And he's got till now to the end of lap 19 as Ukbar. That's an interesting line through turns 1 and 2. As Joe is going to be coming at you. Smithy, 8 seconds behind Joe. And Nicky, 5 seconds behind Smithy. He's a-coming, and he's lapped Argent.
Oh, this, like Nick Argent's put in the comments, it's just not his night. But I can't. Fury saying can't pick driver of the day, so gonna have to pick a team, and the team is gonna have to be DJ Motorsport.
Yeah.
And they've done a fantastic job here tonight.
DJ Phil got the 4th. He pulled off the move, one of the moves of the season. Smokey Devil for what looks to possibly be London buses. But it's hard to say. Phil on his 100th race as well deserves a great acknowledgement for that as well. I think you're going to have to just give it to both of them two boys.
Yeah, DJ Motorsport with their double points, with everyone making a mistake, are capitalising massively here. And the thing is, DJ Phil's not going slow. He's still lapping really well.
Matching Welshie's pace here. He's only slower than Nicky and Ukbar out there on the track at the moment. He's the 3rd quickest on track. In fact, he's just gone that little bit quicker. Still not quicker than Nicky and Ukbar, but just that bit quicker again into the 47s. Smokey Devil, 12 seconds to Welshie. Has he just extended his gap a little bit? Is this going to be a good time? Yeah, it is. Looking to the 45s for Smokey Devil, and I think Welshie may have to concede for 2nd place, but he's got to keep that pressure on, because if DJ Phil starts lapping any better, Welshie will slowly feel the pressure from Phil behind. What lap are we on of how many? 13. We're on just started lap 14 of 20, Beth. Got to be DJ Phil for driver of the day, says Fury's granddad. Well, we'll count them up, and we'll see at the end of the night. But Argent, as the camera picks him up once again, he's nowhere. He's last. He's a lap down to everybody.
Nicky's brought that gap down to 3 seconds. He's coming for Smithy. Smithy is going to get some pressure from the Team Pro Labs driver of Nicky. Nicky needs every point he could possibly get, and he's not too far off with Joe. If Joe makes another mistake as well, he could grab him as well.
Yeah, exactly all it takes. And we've seen Joe Dan make several mistakes tonight, and Nicky could get ahead of Joe and outscore both them on the track. What a night!
Oh, dropped it.
And that looks big. That looks big. That could give Nicky another place. It's gave Joe one, yes, but every place Nicky gets on the double, lovely.
Oh, Joe's really squirrely for the first egg there as well. So, you really had to just stay on track tonight. That's all you needed. it's just going mad right now. If I were to give already to give the driver of the day, it has to be this man.
It has to be, yeah.
He's just been on fire tonight.
He's been the only one that's. He's been the only one. He had a few moments in race 1, but he's been the only one that's looked great all night.
He's the only one who's been consistent. Other than DJ Phil, who's been consistent as well. He's the only other one who's looked like he feels comfortable. He knows what he's doing. Everyone else just.
We've got Nicky gaining on the back of Ukbar at the moment, Dan, on the back of Smithy, at the moment as well. That's just under a second is the gap. And Smithy just trying to hang on in there, but the Team Prolapse car of Nicky is gaining and gaining and gaining, and these two are both gaining over Ukbar. Does Ukbar dive into the pits then with the damage? Oh, look, no lights. That bonnet is all bent and twisted. He's got to come in, surely. Yeah, he's coming in.
Oh, wrong pit entry.
Yeah, he's out the way, though, and I think that's sensible from Ukbar, really. He's out the way. So Smithy, P5, Nicky, P6. Nicky has got a run on Smithy, and is this going to be P5 for the Renault? He'll be one car behind Joe. Yes, he's a bit behind him, some 12.5 seconds, but Nicky up to 5th on double points. How big could this be at the end of the season with Argent 10th? And I tell you what... Oh, he has as well. Welshie, what have you done? That could give it a DJ Motorsport 1-2.
That could possibly do it. At the minute, DJ Phil just needs to keep pumping in the lap times he's doing. Joe might nip them, though.
Joe's in dirty air again, Daddy. He'll drop it.
We know what Joe's like in dirty air, but at the minute, Welshie and Joe aren't very fast. DJ Phil's flying.
He's matching the pace of Joe last lap. He was quicker. He was slower than Nicky, a bit quicker than Smithy. Yeah, Phil is really giving it some. Joe in the dirty air then of Welshie. What can Joe do? This will be where that that Mercedes is a lot quicker. These two, his teammates in the Pro last year, came down together. And can Joe get the run on his former teammate, his mentor, if you will? Ukbar comes out the pits ahead of Don't Know Mate Dean and Argent then. So he stays P7, does Ukbar. But game could be on for them. But at the minute, it's Rabbit Joe hunting down the back of the yellow Lamborghini. He's going to have to get out of this through 130R. On the brakes he goes and takes a tighter line. But how much speed did he lose compared to Welshie through there? DJ Phil still not yet pitted. He's on lap 16. He's coming through the S's. Joe keeps it tighter than Welshie. That's the difference between the wheel and the pad through that part of the track. They're starting their 16th lap. And Joe's coming. Joe's coming. Joe's passed. Wow. That Mercedes.
Yeah, but now we're coming to the sector where the Lamborghini should be stronger than the Mercedes. This is where the Lamborghini tends to be a little bit better. But Joe back on the podium now. And at the minute, he might jump DJ Phil. DJ Phil not having the best of laps. A 28-second gap between them. So Joe looking like he might be on the podium here.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But at the minute...
Well, she's gone round.
Oh, no. No. Now then, Nicky, is there a P4 on the cards? 6 seconds is the gap. Welshie's race just coming to an abrupt end, if you will. It's not been his night in race 1. He's had a good start to race 2, got caught up, we don't know, mate. And it's gone horribly wrong since the pit stop. But this man, could it be a 1-2 for DJ Motorsport? Can Phil? He's got a pit. He's had the move of the night, move of the season probably, around 130R on the outside. He's got to pit. When? Lap 17, lap 18, lap 19. He's got to do it before the final. Yeah. I think the same. Try and gap Joe as much as possible. And he has gapped Joe. Has Joe had a mistake? No, he's coming through Spoon.
I don't know. It didn't look very quick coming out the corner, to be fair. So
I wonder.
Maybe Joe's had a wiggle. I would say it was a big mistake. He's back up to 29 seconds. I would say it's a little wiggle through Spoon, possibly.
We've lost Ukbar. He'll score points for 10th place as we've just over the 3/4 distance line. But it's not been his night. He'll come away with 6 points, a point for pole, so double that. That's 22. That's 14 points he's going to score tonight. Smoky Devil, 3 seconds off the back of his teammate Joe, 28 seconds to DJ Phil, but he's coming to the S's now, so that gap may extend slightly. There's Smoky gaining on his teammate. You reckon Phil will just let him by?
Well, Phil will pit, one of the two.
Well, Phil's got a pit, so you reckon if Smoky gets close enough that he'll just let his teammate go? Who was that off? Oh,
Argent, careful.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh dear.
London buses is looking more this way. London buses for struggling. It's gone the way of. Oh, well, she's dropped it.
No.
Nikki is now up.
Oh, Paul Welch's race is coming to an end here quite swiftly. Can Smithy get past Welch by the end of this one for a P5? We're down to 9 drivers. What a shame, because Sakitto's been fantastic. What that has done, though. Who's that?
DJ Phil!
No, Phil! Whoa, his nose!
Whoa!
He's got to keep going. Okay. Right. On you go, son. His nose scraped along the floor. He'll let his teammate pass, surely. They both flash each other. But Phil's got to pit at the end of this lap, the end of the next lap. But is that going to allow Joe a chance to get through? Joe keeps making mistakes. Is that going to give Nicky chance? Phil allows his teammate through. Yeah, Joe's on the podium.
This is going to be about Nicky now. This is going to be all about, can Nicky get on the podium? Phil letting his teammate through. He's lost like 3 seconds there just by letting it.
Oh!
Whoa!
That's Argent trying to get ahead of Don't Know Mate. Argent's a lap down. He's made a bit more of a mistake, Dan.
He has lost more time here, Argent. He's really not been good for him.
DJ Phil's just lost more time. I mean, he was a bit slow through the S's.
Yeah, he dropped it. I was trying to get onto him, but he kept going back to Argent. So he's lost 6.2 seconds. That's easily going to put Nicky on the podium now. Yeah,
you think so. You'd think so, wouldn't you, from here? Smithy looks like he's had a problem. He's dropped well off the back of, well, it was closer than 11 seconds. He's dropped off the back. Don't Know Mate try and get closer to to Smithy in this one. 44 seconds a gap. That's probably not going to happen from here on in. He's got to try and stay ahead of Dean Wysocki, which is 20 seconds the gap. But Joe looks like he's going to be on for a P2 and some more points. But if Nicky gets a podium as well, what does that do? But Joe's got to try and lap Dean here.
He has got to try and clear Dean as quick as he possibly can. And it just takes Joe to have one mistake. Big damage as well would result him losing out to Nicky as well. So at this precise minute, DJ Phil currently looking like he's just going to hang on to third to Nicky. But just.
It does indeed.
It depends how much damage he has as well.
Yeah, because he hit the wall hard and scraped his nose. Phil is coming in. Oh! And that's what we mean about the pit lane. It has caught Don't Know Mate out a treat there. Oh, so that was close. Nicky's on the exit a spoon. Phil's into the pits. Here comes Nicky. 10.1 to Joe. Joe's at 130R. Oh my days. I can't believe what we've seen.
It's taken him a while to clear Dean as well. He's not clearing Dean very quickly.
Yeah, he's not close enough, is he?
No. So
Phil's away.
Phil's away. Where's Nicky?
I think Nicky's got him. I think Nicky's got him.
It's going to be close.
He's up to speed. Look, Phil's got to get to the green cones. Nicky's already doing 100 plus mile an hour. Phil off the podium. Nicky on. Crucial for the Constructors title, maybe. And with Rabbit Joe, 8.8 to Nicky now. Is Joe struggling behind Dean Wysocki? He's off! No,
he's not.
No, he's not. Sorry.
Calm down, Matt. Calm down.
Calm. That cameraman wants sacking. That cameraman wants sacking.
I'm trying here.
No, not you. The guy who's on the camera.
No.
I thought we had a good. Oh.
Nicky is lapping 2 seconds a lap faster than Joe.
Joe's had to clear Dean, though.
He has had to clear Dean, but it's taken him a long time to do it. A long time to do it.
Yeah, it has.
So at this minute, Nicky could catch him with 1 lap to go. If Joe keeps making these silly little errors that he keeps making.
Shout out to Smokey Devil for this, though, Dan. 28 seconds out front. What a job. He's going to start his final lap of the race. It's going to be the London bus, as we expect from here. Hard to see him throw away a 30-lap lead.
Other than not getting pole position, I think he might get fastest lap as well. He's absolutely annihilated it. He near enough had the perfect night.
Yeah, he has. Bob, no pole position in race 1. It's nearly been the perfect night, like you say. 9 seconds the gap from Joe to Nicky. Joe, though, through 130R, just touches the brakes a little bit through there as he tries to keep it under control then. And around he comes. That's Dean just behind him. And Joe's got 1 lap to just stay consistent, to just stay on track. We've lost Argent. But he got to 3/4 distance. Yeah. So that's a 9th place for him.
Not often we see Arjun retiring, and,
No.
he's done for the night. He's had a horrid night tonight. Not what he wanted at whatsoever. It's really going to keep an eye on who's going to take second and third at the minute. DJ Phil has got a little bit of pressure from Welshie, who's trying to hunt him down a little bit. But right now it's all about this man tonight. He's just completely and utterly owned it tonight.
He's annihilated the field, hasn't he? He's been the best driver out there. And if he'd have done a full season, could we be talking about him in the title run? Nicky has gained 2 or 3 seconds over Joe here.
I think Joe's just taking it slow.
I'll take fastest lap, but I've had an absolute shocker. Argent confident on fastest lap then. We'll have to wait and see for that. Changed my mind. Smokey for driver of the day. Honourable mention for DJ Phil. Indeed it is. But Joe's time is coming down to Nicky.
Yeah, well, we got to talk about this man first.
Yeah, we have got to talk about this man. The London Buses, a fastest lap. Will he get race 2 fastest lap? We'll see in a minute. Argent doesn't think so, but he's going to take 51 points at least on double. Smoky Devil wins his second race. A London bus, if you will. Now then, Joe or Nicky? Joe's coming up to 130R. Nicky's 6 seconds behind. Joe's got it. Mate, there's 2 corners to come yet, and we've seen people spin at both. Will
real Joe really make that mistake here? He's going so cautious through 130R. He's managed to get through. Joe is going to come home for second. So, redemption from them for forever forward. At least he's got 2 solid podiums tonight.
Yeah, he comes away with 35 points. While Nicky's going to come away with 27, but Nicky's got to double that. Kieran only outscored Kelly by 2 points, and Kelly was on drop scores. Nicky's then going to take a P3. Dean's going to cross the line for P9. Dean on double points, not the night he would have wanted at all, but an honourable mention to this man, DJ Phil. 2 4th places on double points on his 100th and 101st race start. Welshie, what could have been for him? He's slowing down a minute, not quite sure what that's about.
Oh, why is he slowing down? He's out of fuel!
No way! Is Don't Know Mate on the lead lap?
No.
Oh, thank God. That could have dropped Welshie. So Welshie's going to finish.
Get him.
Yeah, Smithy will get a P6. Welshie's retired!
Welshie.
But being a lap in front, I think we'll keep him at the P6. 7th for Smithy.
I think Smithy will
5th
get
for
that.
Smithy, 6th for Welshie,
okay.
And Don't Know Mate will come across for a P7, being a lap down to Welshie. If he wasn't lap down to Welshie, well then
was fastest.
Was Argent fastest? Yes, we will take the fastest lap, and he'll gain some pride. If we can say the least, but it was a night for Smoky Devil to remember. Double points for him. Rabbit Joe gets a 2nd place with Nicky in a 3rd as well. I'm just going to quickly do the spreadsheets while Dan gets Nicky, and we hopefully get Joe and Smoky Devil back in for a quick chat. But the Drivers' Championship, Argent gains points on Kelly. Nicky stays in the fight, and Nicky will be in that fight at least for another week. So Nicky can go to Bathurst, mathematically possible, on winning the title. Just Joe 41 behind, Argent 33 behind, Kelly 25 points behind. What a night. Smoky Devil is nearly back in contention. One extra week of racing could have done it for him, but he stays 6th. Welshie 7th. DJ Phil is up to 8th ahead of Smithy. Can he gain on Welshie by the end of the night? Don't Know Mate's 10th. Ahead of Stelsloff. Dean stays 12th. Ukbar 13th with the Constructors' title. 5 points. Forever forward. Lead Team Prolapse. Game on for the rest of the season, that is for sure. DJ Motorsport are in contention for it, but very, very, very slim chances. They're 172 behind with 188 points to play with. MC Motorsport just behind Team Prolassi. AA 3D Printing pulling further out of Team Curran's and Ironbury Racing, and Flying Dutchman staying at the bottom of the constructors table. But we'll start with Nicky in the chat. And Nicky, that was crazy,
mate. First race, complete piss flaps that was, but second race, I sort of fought back. But mate, he spun in front of me and he come back on the track, and I had nowhere to go.
Yeah, you was looking. Could that have been a race win for you in race 2?
Oh, I don't need to float boat, but I reckon I could have done it on both races. I had the pace, but I was trying to catch Rabbit Joe towards the end of that last couple of laps, and yeah, I think he was matching. I think our paces were matching. I just couldn't get any closer to him.
You
Run out of
kept,
laps.
you kept yourself in the championship fight. Just
Just about, yeah.
you'll literally just take it to Bathurst if Mays Gamer wins both races next week. But what a night. You've closed that gap from 18 points down to 5, so Constructors' Championship is on.
Yes, that's the most important thing is Team Prolapse beating the other guys. That is what we want. But yeah, that was one hell of a race, man. Two races, really hard work.
Well, well done, mate. Going forward to Fujido next week, what can you do there?
I think it's going to be a tight one because there's a long straight on that. I think the Mercedes are going to really lock out on that one. But saying again, I thought tonight was going to be a Mercedes track, and El Renault seems to be working all right.
Well, that one's a night race, so the Mercedes could struggle on tyres. We'll have to wait to see. But cheers, Nicky. Well done tonight.
No worries. I've got to say, well done, Smokey and Rabbit, though. Brilliant.
Yeah, well said, mate. Joe, second place, trying to salvage points for the team because Kieran's had a nightmare. That was tough going, though.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I'm really surprised I'm not in the same boat as Kieran, as it was hell out there. I made less mistakes, I think, but it's still a hard track to race and keep it constant, especially with the tyre wear, and even though it's dry, it doesn't make it any easier than what the wet was last week.
No, you just didn't have the pace for Smoky Devil, but was you worried towards the end when Nicky got third? Did you think, I've got to keep this going, because if I make one mistake, Nicky's going to be there? I saw how far back Nicky was, and I thought, if I push, I'm going to make the mistake. I heard you and Dan on stream saying I'm going to make the mistake, and I'm like, shut up, I want to get on with this lap. So I just got on with it peacefully, calm, didn't push it. Even though I was losing time, I know I wasn't losing enough time for him to catch up, so I made it, and I'm really happy with the outcome. Yeah, well, gap down to 5 points in the Constructors' title. It's game on between the two of you now.
Is that 5 points with, was it in front or
5 points, you in the lead.
Okay, just try and stay in front of them. I'd love to help Forever Forward be 3-time champions team. Just see how it goes.
Well, well done, mate. We wish you the best luck for next week.
Also, well done to Nicky and Smokey.
Well said, buddy. And one brings two, as Kieran Argent once called it, the London buses and Smoky Devil. What a night!
Oh, aye, what a night, eh? Brilliant.
That one wasn't in the script, was it? I don't think.
Oh no, I wasn't expecting to win in second place, do you know what I mean? No chance, but kept out of trouble.
How was the second race for you? Starting towards the back, like you say, you kept out of trouble at the start. Was it much different in the cooler temperature? Obviously, getting further into the evening, we went. What was it like out there?
It was a wee bit more grippier than what the first race was, I would say. Do you know what I mean? But I think that was just because of where I was. I wasn't pushing constantly. Just keeping it consistent. Do you know what I mean? Just keeping a consistent time going. And
did it help?
I was hitting them about that time, I was happy.
Did it help the tyres at all with it being that bit cooler?
No, not really. Not really. You still with the problems in certain areas.
Double points for you. Massive night for you and the team. Driver of the day for yourself as well, especially for the vote from me and Dan as well. Going into Fuji next week, what is it? P6 is probably the best of the rest, because obviously, like we said earlier, you missed the start of the season. P6 the goal now?
That's it. Aye, I'm happy with what I've done this season. Do you know what I mean? If I'd started it earlier, I might have been up there a wee bit higher. You know, but I'm quite happy with what I've done this season. Just looking forward to next season now.
Yeah, bring it on indeed. Thanks, Smokey. We'll catch you next week, as we'll catch Joe and Nicky. Dan, final words from yourself?
Well, Sakitto has just brought an absolute hell of a show. Imagine if it was in the day as well. But nonetheless, it's been an awesome round. A massive congratulations to Smokey for an absolute dominant night. Near enough perfect night from him. Rabbit Joe, another consistent night for him, scoring points for Forever Forward. And Nicky, obviously, with team products and double points. It's going to be interesting. We go to Fuji, which will benefit the Mercedes. But then we head to Bathurst, and I'm pretty sure that will benefit the Renault. Two circuits that benefit either car, either team going for the title, between Mays and Kelly and the others as well. Who's going to come out on champion? We'll find out in the next 2 rounds in the next week. Matt, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm absolutely bricking it for tomorrow night.
I bet you are. I cannot wait for tomorrow night, because if it's half as good as tonight was, I'm going to have some fun in the commentary box. 5 drivers up for the title. 2 teams, well, technically 3 teams up for the title. Prolapse, Forever Forward, DJ Motorsport, Nicky, Joe, Argent, Kelly, Mays. Promotion at stake, championships at stake. Who will win what? Penultimate round next week at Fuji. Night race as well, so that's going to be even more interesting. You thought the evening race at Sakitto was bad. The night temperatures of Fuji could be even worse. And then to chuck a curveball in, we go to the summertime of Australia. That could be a hard one on the tyres. Bathurst the week after that. Join us tomorrow night, 8 p.m. GMT for Sakitto in the Pro Series, where Dan looking to wrap the title up. 79-point gap over Andy. He can't win it tomorrow, but it's doable next week, possibly, depending on what happens tomorrow night. But we'll be back live with the Pro-Am next week, next Wednesday night, 8 p.m. GMT. Do not miss it, because this season is hotting up. From all of us here at Simplay Motorsport, take care. Good night.
Good night.